4,
Waiting for
2,
your stream to go live.
1.
Are we live yet?
Welcome to the PlayStation Culture Podcast.
Are we live? Yeah, we are.
Let me check. I can check real quick.
Shit was taking mad long for no reason.
YouTube.
Stop that.
Josh has 2,000 hours on horizon, walking around. I know at least 400 of those hours is him just fucking riding around on a fucking horse or whatever that thing is called. Ain't no damn way this man got 2,000
That's funny, yeah.
hours from straight gameplay.
I don't know
Ain't
why
no
that
way.
shit is organized like that. I did not do that.
Yeah, it looks like we're live.
Should I turn it on the camera?
I'll
I'll turn it off to this too.
Hold on. Organize this shit.
Josh looked like he just got away with murder.
I did. Prisoner.
Yo, bro. Oh my god.
I owed you nothing.
I kind of want to drink this tonight, but I'm not sure.
What is it?
I don't know. So like
Yo,
a little
Pablo
sparkling margarita.
Pablo looking extra light skinned today.
Very numb.
All right.
Hairline looking crispy, kinda, somewhat.
You're losing your hairline, you know that, right?
Crispy.
Oh hell no! Are you, though, bro? Don't play with me like that, bro. I will legit get a haircut right now, bro.
That shit looking a little fuzzy right now.
Oh man, bro. Wait, what is that you drinking, bro?
On the edges. You see this shit? It look like nut. Coconut.
Oh man, dude, he a Red Bull ass nigga. Come on, man. I never had a coconut version of that. Sound like it tastes like kind of terrible but good at the same time.
Tastes like if you just shoot in your hand and just eat it.
Okay. like some nut. Wait, are we live?
Wait. Do you have experience with that? I mean,
Ask whatever you want it to be. I didn't say nothing at all.
Oh shit, bro.
I said nothing.
sound like you're familiar with it.
Nope.
Damn, bro.
All right, so okay, so we are live. I did see that.
Yeah, we're live. What's up, guys?
This looks
What's up,
pretty.
everybody?
Yo, this looks so pretty. Shit.
Let's get it.
Oh, facts. Bro, you gotta send me this too, just in case, like, if one of us has issue streaming, we could have this layout.
I was trying to get you to what do you call it, to get it though. I know everybody's been busy lately. And I'm kind of tired. Anyway, we should start it. Who wants to start?
Well, first off, welcome everybody back with another episode. You know, we got some topics here, talking about quality of the games, awards, backwards. I think that's backwards compatibility, rating PlayStation, and how Jim Ryan's been handling, you know, the PS5 so far. So we're gonna get into it. What do you guys want to go into first? Like, is there order you guys want to go in, or?
What have you guys been playing?
Oh yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's start over with that. Ken, you can go first since you brought it up. I come in 4K.
Yo, answer a question with a question.
Go ahead, bro.
Yo, honestly, I've been playing Demon Souls, man. Like I've been trying to get. Yeah. Yeah. If you guys, I know you guys probably see me on it, man. But I've been playing a lot of Demon Souls. I just got the platinum for it, baby.
How hard was it from like a scale to 1 to 10?
Oh my god, that it wasn't even that it was hard. I mean, it was in some ways, but it was more tedious than anything, yo. It was just time consuming. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's like every platinum though. I feel like that's why I stopped doing them. I only got like 6 or something.
That shit is some like devil shooter.
So that shit takes forever.
It's tedious to beat the game itself. So imagine doing a fucking platinum run on it.
Bro, I had to beat the game like 4 times. I had to run through the game like 4 times, yo, to get that platinum. But it was worth it though, man. I had a lot of fun playing it, and I'm still playing it, like, you know, because I like to build my characters and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, to be honest with you, man, I'm probably gonna be playing it for a while because I'm an avid Souls fan. So
sure he is.
I'm a Souls guy. So yeah.
Did you platinum all of them, or is this the only one?
That was the only one that I platinum. No, actually, I platinum Bloodborne. I did platinum that one. Dark Souls 3. It's funny because I actually put the most time into Dark Souls 3, but I never got the platinum for that one.
Fake ass nigga.
But yeah, Bloodborne I platinum, Demon Souls I platinum, Sekiro I'm like halfway, Dark Souls 3 I'm like halfway.
Died twice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go back and get those platinums though. Them shits they take a long time though.
See,
man.
I feel like a well
even longer than Demon Souls.
I feel like a well executed platinum is one that you can do without looking shit up. You know, like
that's how Star Wars was.
It
like
shouldn't
Star
be
Wars,
easy, but it should be like
Jedi,
if you beat the game 100%, like that should be your platinum. You know what I mean? Not just story, but like all side quests and collectibles, shit like that. I mean that's why I like it. It's not about Demon Souls or anything like that, just in general. But I guess you already said your game, so I'll go with mine. Like the game that I've been playing, was I did like a comparison video between Infamous Second Son and Spider-Man. It's me looking for footage made me want to play it again, so I ended up fucking playing that game, both of those games again.
It's a good game, underrated, man. Honestly,
that shit is a gorgeous game.
It is. I guess I'll go next. So I just started playing. I literally just started playing. I got like an hour in it. Near Automata. I never like really thought about picking it up. Like even when it came out, I don't know. It was just like other shit I wanted to play. Over it, but now I just like kind of like downloaded it, sat down and played it. Combat, fucking amazing. The music, oh my god, it's so. If Heaven had a fucking soundtrack, it would be that game, basically.
I was trying to put Josh on that soundtrack, man.
For Nier Automata?
Yeah, that soundtrack is
good, man.
That is such a good soundtrack, man. Probably one of the best in recent time, in my opinion.
Yeah. So I've been playing that. I'm thinking about going back and playing Ni no Kuni 2, but I don't know if I want to like awesome restart it or whatever. But it depends. But yeah. What about you, Dan?
Yeah, I've just been playing a bit of Final Fantasy VII.
Remake?
Or yeah, remake.
Oh, nice.
The plus game, because it's a plus game, and I never got a chance to play it. So
what's going on, Umar?
It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it.
That's good, man. That's a good ass game.
Yo, I'm gonna when Josh made that comparison video for Infamous, I had forgotten how good that game actually looked. To be honest with you, like, cause I remember playing it a while back, when it first came out, and then I watched the video, man. I'm like, yeah, damn, this video looks better than I remember. Like the game itself, like shit, that thing looks good, man.
It came out in 2014 or 13?
I think it was. I don't know. It was one of those 2 years.
No, 14. Cause it came out like after PS4 came out.
That shit's ridiculous.
The only thing like graphically wrong with the game was like the eyes. The eyes had kind of like a fish look to it. It was a little weird. But besides that,
it was dead eyes for sure. Like like they had the veins in them and they had the detail. It's just the function of the eyes, the eye rigs for them were bad, but the skin textures and shit was really nice. I liked it.
Yeah, when you mentioned that, I went back to check exactly what you were talking about with the wrinkles on the skin and everything, and it's pretty good, man. Like, I'm actually surprised because I beat the game already like a while ago, but I just had forgotten how good the game actually looked.
It was a talking topic years ago when the game first came out. I remember I was talking to my friends. I was like, what the fuck? By the way, Umar, I came up with that fucking topic. My volatile topics and shit. You didn't miss
I'm done. He said a negative C.
No, nigga, he said a C minus.
Or C minus, my bad. Well, I don't know why the fuck I said.
Guys, you Spanish, you bilingual. That's why.
Yo.
That's how y'all do it in Spanish. I speak
man, bro.
Fucking Japanese ass language or whatever the fuck you have.
Ain't no way, my guy. Ain't no way.
You should have heard him. He was like, one time I was talking to Pablo. He was like, "Hey, papi, yeah,
Baba." I swear, I felt like this nigga. Hey, like, hate my people.
He's like, yo, hold on. Yeah, that's my mom.
Hey, yo,
Ya
that's
tú
funny.
sabes.
What topic are
Yeah,
we
tú
talking
sabes.
about?
Well, we had some pretty notable like announcements and releases this week. So, if you guys
Oh
want to kind of
yeah,
go over that real quick.
I think that's your
yeah.
topic.
Let's go through that.
I mean, it wasn't really a topic. It was just we had some stuff that came out this week that I figured we could probably touch on
I didn't dig
for
into it too
whoever was
much,
interested.
so if you can like kind of share
Yeah,
your
I got it right here.
revelations.
You want me to Sam real quick, Ken?
If you want to, I mean, I got the stuff pulled up right here though,
All right.
just
I
so
just
everybody else can see it.
got you. So some of the notable games that came out. We have Balan Wonderland, which is trash. Don't buy it.
I thought we
Uh,
talked about it last week.
did we? Oh yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah. Okay. What about It Takes Two? Did we talk about that?
No,
Nah, that one just came out.
I
Yeah, that
Yeah.
one, yo,
I swore that was a 2D game. I swore it was. I was like, fuck that game.
yo,
It's
that
gotten a
game
lot
has
of good
been.
reviews.
Yeah, for real. Like kind of came out of nowhere, man. To be honest with you, like I heard about it, like a little bit low key, but then like I saw everybody talking about it, and it was getting like rave reviews, man. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I was seeing some, like I watched some footage for it, and it looked pretty dope. So I mean, if you guys are interested in it, man, I'd say check it out because it looks dope from what I saw.
Umar says
And
Returnal
then
is
it's
going
getting a lot of
gold.
great reviews and
Ghost of
stuff.
Tsushima is getting a movie selling 6.5 million. Y'all guys peeped that It Takes Two actually was reviewed on IGN using like the fucking Xbox controller bumpers and shit. I don't know.
No, I didn't peep that.
I was like,
Nah, me either.
No, I didn't peep
No,
that,
I didn't
bro.
see that.
I was like, or you could just play it on PS5 though. I mean, okay.
Yeah, and something else that they had a new trailer for was Biomutant. So I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but that game looks awesome.
I thought that
I
was.
mean,
I thought that was Kenna or Kenan or whatever.
No, that game looks
nah,
fucking sick, bro.
It looks like
yeah,
it looks like
Biomutant.
it looks like our style.
Yeah,
I love hack and slash games, man. So that's right up my alley.
yo, it has so many like different
You see it right up your ass.
Yeah, right up there, bro. This right here, this is Biomutant. This is going right up there.
Sure.
But yeah,
No,
hell
no.
yeah, man. No, I mean, yeah, Biomutant, that looked pretty dope. I mean, if you guys are interested in like some hack and slash type stuff or like RPG, 'cause it's like a mixture between a hack and slash and an RPG, and it has a lot of different like gameplay mechanics. So you could literally fight in like a mech, and you could fly, and you can get mounts and shit like that. It's pretty crazy, man. And the way the world looks, it's like really unique because it's kind of like a mixture between like kind of like a natural location, but also mixed with like this kind of steampunk, sort of like cyberpunk kind of thing. It's crazy, man. So it's a cool idea. Gameplay looks dope. RPG, if you're in RPGs. So I say check it out. It looks pretty dope in my opinion. Definitely something worth checking out.
Umar says free games available now.
Yeah, that was another thing too. The play at home games, they're now available. So whoever's interested in any of that stuff, I know we touched on it I think last week, but they're now available. So I mean they have some pretty cool stuff up there too. I don't think we need to go back over it though.
I picked up a lot of games I didn't think I was going to pick up.
Yeah, and they also had that what you call it, that what was it, the play fest, or what was it called, Future Game Show, that's what it was called. Games Radar had a Future Game Show, and they showed a bunch of like indie games and stuff like that. They had a new trailer for Oddworld. If you guys are interested in that, I think that looks pretty cool.
I didn't know that was free.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
be
they're dropping that on PS Plus. I forgot.
Yep.
Yeah, that game was. Yeah.
I think that'll do wonders for the game because I don't think it was done great in sales. So
yeah, me neither.
No, that shit would get obliterated.
Especially
PS
the
Plus
latest.
would be great for that.
Yeah, and they're selling a physical version for it too. I mean, if anybody's interested in that, but in reality, I'm pretty sure most of the people who are going to play are going to download that
Anyone that's
shit from PS.
getting that shit on PS Plus, baby.
Yeah, everybody's going to download.
Save your money for Returnal.
Yo,
Facts.
you know what I did, man? I literally pre-ordered the game, right? And then I had forgotten that the game was on PS Plus, and then I canceled my pre-order. I was like, nah, fuck that. I just downloaded it on
nope.
PS Plus, man. Nope. Give me that shit back. So yeah, so that's pretty cool. If you guys are interested in that. I know you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen the trailers, like some of the old stuff for Quantum Error. That looks pretty dope. I was like,
What's
if you
Quantum
guys
Error
remember,
about?
it's like kind of like a corridor shooter sort of thing. I mean, there's not a whole lot of information on it right now, but they had a couple of trailers for it, which it looks like the game is getting like better and better the more we see of it. Because I remember when we first saw it. As a matter of fact, when it was actually one of the first games that was announced for the PS5. If you guys remember that, because it was Godfall. That was like literally the first one that was announced for PS5, and then Quantum Error was like one of the other first ones. So, and they just had a new trailer for it, so it looks better than what it did before. So, if you guys are interested in that, it's like a corridor first-person shooter type game, horror aspect. So, I mean, if you guys are into horror and that type of stuff, so it'd be a dope game to check out. But yeah, I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, there was another game called Naraka, which looks pretty dope. They showed that at the Future Game Show.
Shut up, though.
I don't know what this show was about. Where did this come from?
It was just a little show, man. They had a bunch
Like
of
a little
indie
games radar mini show, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Like
it wasn't really.
It was like a summer games fest, but
Oh,
from Games Radar.
okay, logical nonsense. Yo, what's going on? He said, "I'll catch the replay, fellas." He said, "Fuck this shit. Y'all take it too long."
Nah, but that's pretty much it, man. I mean, those are pretty much all of the notable games that had, that we had got some new information for. So, yeah. Oh, and Returnal. Yo, Returnal went gold. That's pretty big news, I would say. Finally.
Wait, when did it go gold? Last week or this week?
Yeah, last week.
This week. Oh, was it last week?
Oh yeah, last week. Yeah.
This week, last week. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember seeing it on Twitter, like over the last couple of days. The game Returnal has officially gone gold. So if you guys are interested in that one, yeah, hell yeah, that game looks awesome, man.
I'm looking at Quantum Error right now. Kind of reminds me of Dead Space a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Returnal?
No, Quantum Error.
Quantum Error.
Oh, Quantum Error.
Yo, damn.
Yeah, Quantum Error does have.
First and foremost, yo, I miss you, man. I miss your waltz. What's up with you?
Who's that? This nigga.
What?
What?
My what?
Get some water.
Water. How you say it?
Oh man.
He gonna say it properly. He gonna be like water.
H2O.
Water.
Look at it. It's not H2O.
No. You don't say H2O like that either. You say H2O. You don't say H. You say H2O.
Yeah.
That's why he's laughing because he knows it.
No comment. I can either confirm or deny.
I hate you.
Well, that's pretty much what I had, guys, with the notable stuff. So, I mean, if you guys want to kick it off.
Yeah, let's talk about the PlayStation quality and the Game Awards. Just the quality of their games lately. So I kind of know a lot of people were really upset about Sony like not showing their hands to its fan base. Even as far as people were going as far as saying, they don't really communicate properly with their fans, which is I get it, but you kind of figure like actions speak louder than words. But that's what Sony's motto is anyway. We let our games do the talking, and I feel like in this day and age, it's probably not enough. But let's take a step back and see what we actually received since the launch of the PlayStation 5. Ken, you want to take that away?
Wait, what?
Nigga.
he was saying like he wants you to like tell everyone like what
How
we've
did
been
how
getting since the launch of the PS5.
Thank you,
Oh,
niggas.
oh yeah.
Niggas,
Me
niggas
and Josh were
shit.
talking about this
What?
earlier today. No, man. Yo, you threw it right back at me, man. All right. Yeah, we were talking about this whole thing with PlayStation, man, and I think it's kind of crazy, man, because I hear a lot of people saying that PlayStation, they're not really like they haven't really released anything substantial
Hold on.
for the
Wrath of
console. And
Imperior. What's going on? Go on, please.
yeah, like I see a lot of people online who are talking about like, PlayStation hasn't really released anything substantial for the PS5 and all this stuff, and I even see some idiots out here saying like PlayStation doesn't have any new stuff, and I'm like, that's so stupid, man. Because literally, if you just look at just the optics of this whole thing, when Sony launched the PS5, they released the game with 7 new games, seven brand new games.
Count
They
them.
were not pretty,
Jesus.
huh?
Lord Jesus, count them.
Yeah, 7 new games, bro. And then ever since then, it's been basically like month after month, like a new game. Like we just got Destruction All Stars in February. March, we got that PS Plus game, Maquette, if anybody's interested in that. And, like Final Fantasy VII for whoever hasn't played the game yet.
And in case anyone's been living under a rock, we're in a global pandemic. Like,
Yeah,
what the
exactly.
fuck?
Facts, yo.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they're not even people like these mega movie corporations aren't releasing movies, let alone fucking video games. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, dudes.
Bro,
People
it's
are
like
just flaming for no reason. I don't get it. Like,
it's so stupid, man. It almost I'm starting to wonder. I'm like, dude, like what are people's expectations, man? I mean, you launch a fucking console with 7 new games, and then almost every month, like after that, you've had new stuff, right? And all the way up until June, we'll have new stuff.
Well,
I mean,
they want everything and they want nothing. I've seen on social media where people were like, I want Sony to communicate. At least Phil Spencer actually communicates with their. And I'm like, yo, all that talking, yo. What's the last game you played from them? All that talking, all
See,
this communication. What was this?
yeah, like I'll say this, like, see, all right, it's good to do talking and all this, but like if you're not providing like the actions with it, it really doesn't mean anything. Like, yeah, they've done like some really cool announcements like lately, but Jim Ryan and like the people at PlayStation, like they've been providing like I mean they already kind of did the talking already. They gave us like kind of a roadmap of what to expect. It's just like we're not getting anything in the first few months. That's substantial for the next year coming forward. But they pretty much have like a laid out plan for the rest of the year,
but
or at least for the
it hasn't
first six
even.
months anyway.
It hasn't even been.
Oh shit, he got
oh
thrown
shit,
out. Damn.
yo, Dan
What the
got through.
hell?
Somebody was like, shut up.
I thought I got kicked out. I had to look for a second real quick.
Somebody was like, shut up. Oh damn.
Yo, you there?
I don't know what happened there, but dude, like it hasn't been out for 6 months.
Right.
Like,
right.
are we forgetting this?
No,
Like,
no.
it came out in November.
It's ridiculous.
We're in March. I don't understand. Like, we're in March. They can't even make enough systems to meet demand, and niggas are wondering why the whole catalog isn't out yet. Come on, bro.
They want Sony
This
to be
shit is
reactive.
so
and
tiresome,
they want
bro.
Sony to coddle to every fucking thing that the competition is doing. And Umar's
Nah,
right.
fuck that,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I was about to say.
We got Astro's Playroom, which is it's critically acclaimed, awesome fucking game, and it's fucking free. If you didn't buy anything, including Plus, it's right there. If you really wanted to take it there, or maybe Astro's Playroom ain't your thing. Maybe you have nostalgia for a Sackboy.
They gave you 20 free games, dude.
We
If you
played
get
that
PS5.
already.
Yeah, but come on, fuck off, bro. Like,
You know what's crazy though, man? Like it's been out for 6 months, like you said, but literally they were like the only motherfucking ones who actually released some new shit on their console, man.
it's been out for
And
6 months, and I'm sorry to say it again. We're in a global pandemic. Shit's going to not come out right now. Niggas aren't even in this fucking studios right now. They're all working remotely.
And then
Like, shut the fuck up.
we had Demon Souls remake. Oh my god! Like I already played that like 10 years ago. I want something new. Spider-Man Miles Morales. Oh my god! It's DLC. I mean, I like ray tracing and everything, but for real, Destruction All Stars. Why is it not Twisted Metal? I don't like this. I didn't ever purchase Twisted Metal, but I don't want this either.
It's free, like
I
You know what, man?
it's
Kinda-
frustrating.
compared to the medium,
The
but
video.
okay.
I said the medium.
Video. But
Oh,
you know what's
no.
crazy though, man? And I was telling this to Josh, man. This is something that I noticed that a lot of people do, man. When they kind of talk about like the stuff that PlayStation has been coming out with, what they'll do is they'll say, "Well, what does PlayStation come out with, right?" And then we'll give them a whole list of stuff that came out. Astrobot came out, Spider-Man came out, Demon Souls came out, whatever, Pathless, and all the other stuff that came out, right? Sackboy. And then what they'll do is they'll be like, "Well, Astrobot doesn't count because it's a tech demo. Spider-Man doesn't count because it's quote unquote a DLC, and it's only 5 hours."
Hello. Hello.
Is it
Alright,
me
well,
you're
PlayStation's not new.
looking for?
All right, he's back. He's back from the dead. You cut out there, Ken.
Yo, can you guys hear me?
Now we can.
Okay. I don't know what you guys heard last, but
They were saying that Miles Morales.
But
they
I
were
was-
saying
I was-
Miles Morales is a 5-hour DLC.
yeah. Like people are saying Miles Morales is a DLC, right? And then they say it's only 5 hours,
You see
so
Ken?
it's
You
like,
see
well,
Ken, I'm actually listening.
after you. Can you hear me still?
No, I said, you see, Ken, I'm actually listening to you.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, like they'll put like a time limit on it, right? They'll say, well, Spider-Man was only 5 hours long, so after we play for 5 hours, what else are you playing? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm just like, well, that's that already. And I had to sit back and think about this for a little bit, man, because I was just like, when people say things like that, they're kind of like interjecting their like opinion in how somebody else plays their game. You know, like for example, when we first started this, Pablo was like, yo, Josh has 2,000 hours in Horizon Zero Dawn, right? You know what I'm saying? But that's just how he likes to play the game. You know what I'm saying? It's a single player game, and yeah, whatever, you could probably beat the game in like 15, 20 hours, whatever the case, right? But it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how you like to play the game. You play the game that much because you love the game. You know? So when I hear people say, "Oh, it's only a 5-hour DLC. What are you gonna play after that?"
Oh, fucking so is the medium. That's 5 hours a regular game.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. Like
so
my point is that they're trying to find every reason. You know, some of these guys
it reminds
to
me of the PlayStation 3 era, when Sony had no choice but to use all of their development studios that they were acquiring, and then they had Uncharted come out. Well, there's no multiplayer, and it's a fake Gears of War. All right, Killzone came out. Oh, I mean, it looks good, but the input latency is just so, it feels like I'm in the water and I can't breathe. And then you had Uncharted 2. Well, it's not that much violence. God of War. Well, it's too long. It's a hack and slash. Why is it 10 hours? I don't get it. It's like,
yeah, man.
everything. I remember all them shits like it was yesterday. Like all these fucking complaints. And to be honest with you, I learned something from Twitter. You just basically do you. Me and Ken talked about this shit for like an hour and a half. You just do you. At the end of the day,
Yeah, man.
like you can't convince anybody otherwise. People need to convince themselves. If they don't want to fucking play on PlayStation, if they want to believe whatever the fuck they want to play, then just fucking all we're here to do is deliver some news and share our enthusiasm. And that's pretty much all that we are going to do or what we can do. Because if we try to explain to you, even you talk to Thrash, and Thrash has his truth, his truth podcasts and videos and stuff like that. And even with irrefutable proof, people are going to do them and believe whatever the fuck they want to believe. It's just funny. Sony has so many. I don't follow awards like that, but Sony is like cleaning up on the awards. The Last of Us Part 2, Ghost of Tsushima, you know, the Sackboy, fucking Miles Morales. They fuck up the awards. They dominated, and yet like it's still apparently people think it's lackluster. You know, apparently, oh, we got Bethesda, PlayStation don't have. What does PlayStation have? Sony needs to fight back. How? What award did Bethesda win in the last 10 years? When?
I just don't understand. I don't understand it. You know, when people say that they haven't done anything, you know, substantial, when they're literally the only ones who release new stuff. You know, and I understand it's not like not all of it is going to be the biggest stuff, right? And the best, you know, right at launch, which no generation ever is, man. But they've had a very solid lineup of games, you know, and most of them have been really good, man. You know, I mean, I would say anybody who's played their stuff, I'm pretty sure most of them enjoyed it. Miles Morales, amazing game. You know, Demon Souls, probably one of the best looking games that, you know, probably ever at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
what's his name? Devil Shooter jumped into my stream yesterday. Or was it yesterday? One of these days, right? And you know,
that was yesterday.
It was yesterday. And one of the things that we had like a pretty long discussion on, like just Infamous and fucking that game came out like how long ago? 8 years ago? 7 years ago?
2015, I think.
I think it was 14.
Or no, 14. Yeah, it might have been 14.
Devil Shooter, how you doing, buddy? I didn't even know you were in here.
Hey, Pablo, what's up, man?
Bro, if we
what's up, my
if
guy?
we cut out here, it's because of this fucking storm right now.
Sorry, I was
Storm over
late.
there?
I couldn't.
It's like a lot of rain over here.
yeah, we were getting a lot of rain over here too.
Oh yes.
You're probably
A little bit.
you're probably getting the storm that hit us yesterday or this morning.
Were you in South Carolina, Alabama, Mississippi?
Georgia.
I'm playing. I know. I look like fucking with Devil Shooter. He fucks with me too. He jumped on the street to me, so you suck. And I was like, oh, this nigga.
No, I didn't say you sucked. I said you weren't the best at Miles Morales. That's all. I didn't say you sucked.
He was like, man, you're not really good at this game, are you?
Oh, I said you're not the best.
Nigga, I will pull
I
up
say
the
you're not-
receipts. Give me it. I'm fucking with you.
No, I mean, you know, I kind of went off on a little tangent there, man. But you know, just to kind of bring it back to like more positive stuff, you know, we have some new stuff coming out, you know, over the next couple of months. Whoever's excited for that. Like next month we have obviously Returnal coming out. We have Oddworld. You know, if anybody's interested in, you know, like any platforms. Outriders, yeah.
Some respect on Outriders. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, man. I don't know about that one. To be honest with you, I don't know about you guys, man, but I can't justify the full purchase for that game.
Yeah, the funny thing is this.
I like it.
This is another thing that and you can like it, but just understand there's a lot of contingencies for this game to be successful. You got Game Pass. It was a free demo, and now GameStop is like, yo, you can return it in 2 days if you don't like it. Like, what? But okay, we'll see if it really works. But,
I mean, they've been doing that for a little while though. That's like a new little thing they have.
well, I mean, is it for all games or is it for select games?
It was. They did it with Days Gone.
Nigga,
They
no,
did
they
it.
didn't.
Yes, they did.
they
I was working at
didn't.
GameStop at the time when they did that. Oh, why? Why? Cause the Sony game? He's like denying it.
It was probably.
I caught you in 4K, bro.
It was like,
No, they done it with select games. I don't think it's every game, but
well, if it
I don't
is select games, it's probably.
they probably do it with games they think that might flop. I don't know. Maybe they thought Days Gone was gonna flop.
It looks like it, you know what I'm saying? The player was like, "Ew, that don't look too good."
No, the game. If you look, I don't know. The game does have like this jank to it, but like I don't know. It has like this charm, like that I like about it with the gunplay and shit.
Yeah, me and Pablo.
I don't know,
One
man.
time, me and Pablo was talking about like we were offline. We were just kind of talking about different games, and you know, he did mention that he likes games with Jink, and he also likes, you know, before he met his love, he likes, you know, his chicks with Jink, either fat or
That's-
3 nipples or some shit like that. I forgot
That
what
was
he said.
definitely not true.
That
Because
was
I
factual.
would have said
Facts.
Fallout 4 was game of the generation if that
No.
was the case.
No, nope,
That game got a lot of jank.
nope. No, but
I still don't understand the hype of that game, man.
I
To be
don't
honest with you.
understand. Like everybody was cheering that shit on. Yo, I was like, am I the
Uh,
only one that's not
that game's too
really
janky, bro.
excited about
Like,
this shit?
people actually call that game a AAA game, bro. I don't know
That
how.
shit doesn't run
It's-
right, and it doesn't like it's old systems and animations. Okay, the rain finally stopped, so I think I'm good. But yeah, like it was some stupid shit. But yeah, going back to the Sony and what they did successfully. Uh, Here's the thing, right? Sony releases games that are so impactful in terms of the quality of their games, and me and Kim was talking about this shit too. Like Sony's not releasing their hands, and Sony has a strategic way of releasing their games. They release their bangers, and then there's a dry spell where all the third parties and indies can get their little sales. You know what I'm saying? So it's like their first party titles is what lures you into the platform, and then when you get tired of those or play through them, then you want to be looking for more games, which they give breathing room to the third party. Once you beat all the third party, are we still here? Oh, somebody turn up their mic.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
All right, let's make sure somebody turn up the mic. But yeah, and then once you do that, then it's another like Sony exclusive, and then that's the buzzworthy for that point in time, and it's the cycle over and over again. But the stuff that Sony lures you in with, and they're not going to tell you all their shit either. We don't even like they just told you the first like 6 months basically of what's going to happen.
Yo,
So,
Josh.
yeah.
Real quick. No, it was good you say that, cause like, do you feel like people like are just now noticing? Like they've always been like that for like years, like decades, where like they're just quiet, and then out of nowhere they'll like reveal shit.
It's even worse this generation. I will say this, but people aren't seeing the big picture of what Sony is doing. They're not going to say anything. It's funny because they wait a certain amount of time where they're quiet, and everybody's like, "What the fuck is Sony doing? We need answers. What I don't care if I played one of the best games of the generation. I mean, yeah, God of War was good. Yeah, The Last of Us was good. I mean, it was good. Spider-Man was good. But I mean, how do I know you're gonna keep doing it like that?
Why he doing that with his mouth? He's like,
I know, right?
That's why to me, they sound like that in my head, but I really disagree.
So you can tell this nigga was practicing this shit before we started the podcast. He had that shit ready.
That's what it sounds like. They be like, "Oh, what's the quality is good, yeah, but when they gonna do it again? I don't know if they're gonna continue on with this quality." And then they come up with something else, and everybody jumps on it because of the long term silence.
It's funny, like they want Sony to like reveal shit, but like with Xbox, they willing to wait, 2022, 2023 for like all those big games to come out. So it's like
baseless shit. They'd be like, I can wait. It's cool.
So it's like some of these people being like a little hypocritical when it comes to that.
Bro, that's Twitter, bro. That's
yeah.
But you know what? But I think this kind of, like talking about like their games and the success of their stuff, right? Ghost of Tsushima was just announced to have passed 6.5 million sales, which is crazy.
That's yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
How much did the game launch for? Like $60 game?
Yeah, $60 game. Brand new IP, man.
Not only that, but like it was a brand new IP, but it wasn't really on sale like that either, or bundled. That I was aware of. Say again?
Okay. So they made like 402 million with the game.
It's still like selling. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird because it's a brand new IP and it's not the most like it's not doing anything that is typical. Like if you have a war game or if you have a zombie game or you have Spider-Man. Or if you're like fucking God of War has always been big on PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? These games, like Horizon Zero Dawn, did something that no one ever seen before, and that's why it sold. I mean, everybody was like, "Oh shit, dinosaurs!" You know what I'm saying? So it sold appropriately. But another thing too, while we're on the subject, before we move on to another subject, I guess everybody complains so much about Sony being fucking cutscenes and movies. They were like, "Fuck it, you right." Ghost of Tsushima's getting a movie. How about that? And by the way, fucking Demon Souls is getting a movie. How about that? You want this? You saying it's cinematic and shit? You gotta get popcorn to play our games. All right, fine, bet. Here you go with this movie. Shut the fuck up.
Demon Souls, really? They're making a movie out of that?
You gotta understand the lore to this,
Reportedly.
right? Demon Souls is very reminiscent to like Lord of the Rings. You feel me?
Oh man, yo, if look, this is coming from a Souls
nigga,
fan,
you about
man.
to splooge?
Yo, they.
That nigga Ken got excited. He was like, "Oh, nigga, what?"
Yo,
Lord of
Ken
the
over here
Rings.
like,
Fuck.
Let me breathe.
he's like, yeah. Oh.
It's like Snake. Ah.
Nah, man, yo,
What's up,
there's
Cyber Dragon?
if I don't know how much you guys are into like the Souls games, man, but if you know anything about the Demon Souls and Dark, like the Souls lore in general, it is some of the most interesting and like amazing lore that I have ever like come across. And the thing about it is that it's so, dude, it's so in depth, man. I mean,
I would want them.
there's such,
I would want them to do a Bloodborne.
dude, yeah, Bloodborne too. Yo, Bloodborne is
I think-
structured in the same way, like
I'm
in
not
terms
talking
of its.
about, I'm not talking about the structure. I'm talking about like the amount of interest. It is so occultic. I would love for them to do a movie.
Dude, I'm just saying, like Miyazaki and his ability to like to piece together like a world and lore for the world is incredible, man. You
By the
know.
way-
So in my
by the way,
opinion,
Demon Souls is not official. The movie.
yeah, it's reported. So I mean, it wasn't like official, but they were just reporting on it.
Wait, the
Um,
Demon Souls. Okay.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
excited for
But
the
I still-
Uncharted movie, though. I will say.
No, I'm good on that.
I think Tom Holland's gonna kill it, bro.
Josh is just
He
hating
has
on
some. He has some pretty good
No,
range.
it's not.
Like,
It's not. No, did you see that fucking movie he was playing, where he went into a fucking porta potty and was beating his meat? Did y'all see that shit?
the Cherry movie or
Whatever movie he was doing.
the Netflix movie? There was a Netflix horror
I don't
movie
know,
that he
man.
was
I
in.
said, come on, Tom Holland. Come on, what you doing? It's fucking children. It's like, now I can't ever look at Spider-Man again. I'm thinking about this nigga in the porta potty. Oi! What?
I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about that movie yet because I low key feel like Tom Holland just like he might be good for the role, but you know, I don't know if he'll be able to.
Did the movie thing? It was trying to copy a movie. So now you got a video game to try to copy a movie, which the movie is trying to copy the video game about a movie. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like,
Yeah, it does take away like you mentioned, like for us, like for movie goers, it's gonna be regular for them, but for us, it's like taking away like half the experience. Like we're not interactively, you know, like playing as the character.
Low key, you gotta understand, right? What gameplay was in Uncharted? Shooting.
It's shooting. I mean, I know people make fun of it being like cinematic type.
Because it certainly wasn't like puzzles or anything.
There were
else,
puzzles. There were puzzles
puzzles
in a lot of Uncharted games. That was a staple in the game.
You call that shit a puzzle, man? This fucking turn the
Bro,
block.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Turn the
I
clock
mean,
counterclockwise.
I struggle with some of the puzzles on there, especially like I think 2 or 3. There were like some, especially 3. There were some puzzles that were fucking
I was about to
annoying
say,
on 3.
Some
Yeah,
of them
three.
puzzles were hard, man.
I like,
Bro.
I
On
like,
YouTube and shit
no,
to find out.
honestly, I like 3 more than all of the Uncharted. So the way that it works is like it's Uncharted.
Really?
Yeah, it's Uncharted 3, then Uncharted 1, then Uncharted 2, and then Uncharted 4. That's my order.
What's that guy's name? Talbot. He was a terrible villain, bro.
There was a lot of mistakes in there, but to me, they got the whole adventure aspect down packed. You know what I mean? And I feel
I
feel
agree.
like
Yeah.
if you are going to do a movie about Uncharted, you better make it like, you better model it like Indiana Jones with the
I think
traps.
they'll do that.
Huh?
I think they'll do that.
I don't think so,
I
man.
think they will.
There's gonna be quips all over the.
The
fucking
tone
place.
has to
I
be
mean,
like really lighthearted like Uncharted, like because Uncharted is lighthearted, so
Not
it can't be
really.
like
Not the new Uncharted. That Uncharted 4, because of Neil Druckmann, he wanted to make this shit a fucking soap opera. How dare you,
Nah,
Drake?
it still had those clips though. It still had those like
Did
clips
you
and shit.
fuck her as well? I was like, yo, what kind of game is that? What happened to Uncharted?
Where the fuck did you hear that? I don't remember that line.
It's when she was crying in a hotel.
I don't know if this is it's a drink talking or if it's just.
It was the
Oh,
hotel.
Not, I mean, I low key kind of feel what he's talking about though, because it like
yeah.
Uncharted 2 had some really like awesome stuff that made you really love the characters, man.
Oh man, yeah.
You know that, I mean, Uncharted 4, you know, it had it, but it just, it wasn't like 2. You know, like 2 was you know, like me and Josh were talking about it when you were in Borneo and Sully was climbing the ladder. He was like, "Yo, Sully, you got a great ass." You know, it's just stuff like that, man. You know, they had cool stuff with the characters that made you really like kind of fall in love with them. You know,
Oh, you know, Ken, he's a little bit, you know, he's a little bi, in case you didn't know. Like,
yo, Sully, you got a great ass.
he was like, he was like, he do be having a great ass though.
Yo, or the scene where Chloe saved Drake when
With the rocket
you know, with the
launcher.
rocket launcher and all that. Yeah, yeah.
She was like,
So
you're going to miss. Well, she had a deep ass voice. Damn, she did. She was like, is that a Tibetan rocket in your pocket? I was
I'm
like,
just
damn,
happy to see
bitch.
you.
Why your
So
voice
maybe I'm
deep
just
like
happy to
that?
see you.
Is that a Tibetan dagger in your pocket? Or is it just your penis? I was like, why you sound like that? I was like, okay. But I
I don't
don't
know, man.
I don't know. Like there was not a lot of jokes in there, you know what I'm saying? It was just very serious in Uncharted 4. Too serious for me. And they didn't have those little fun things that they had, you know what I'm saying? Like when fucking Sully was like, enough of it, what did he say? Enough of this frivolity. What is
Enough
that?
with all the frivolity, kid.
What the hell is that? You know, even Chloe made jokes. She was like, oh, that's just enough time for me to take off my shirt, my top off. He was like, um, there's a front door. Oh, you know, it was just funny to
Yeah,
me. Like,
yeah. He was like, I was thinking more like a bomb, and she was like, oh, well, we could do that.
it's like what,
Yeah, man.
if they
I don't
make
know
if
personally.
they make it like the old Uncharted before 4 and it's funny, and it can get a rise out of people. I mean, if they can make Sonic a funny movie, I I mean, it could work.
I really think, man, that um, I don't know, man, because I feel like the first two games, uh, although they did have a lot of like cinematic stuff in it, they also did have some cool parts where they were actually like trying to figure out like and discover the actual puzzles of what they were looking for. You know, like Shambhala and you know, like in the first one where they were looking for uh El Dorado and all that stuff. Like they actually had some pretty cool scenes where they were actually trying to figure this stuff out, you know. So it wasn't all just like, you know, everything blows up and, you know, just all the cinematic stuff. Like they actually had those cool parts like that too.
Yo,
So I really think they need to bring that into.
it needs to be
Yeah.
jokes and it needs to be that discovery where you go into the world. Like when I first saw El Dorado, I was like, what the fuck? And you have like this submarine that's like in the middle of the jungle. That was a really cool piece. You had those zombie looking things in there, and it was kind of like threw you off because the whole game was kind of based off of reality. Uncharted 2 had like the fucking Shimbala thing. It was like these big
Yeah, the
ass statues.
scarecrows.
I was like, what the fuck? It was no, I'm talking about when you first get there and there's giant statues and they're like, and they open up. I was like, that's fucking cool, man. Like it looked nice. I mean, it made you think with your imagination, like what was this like back in the day when it was teeming with life? Uncharted 3 had the fucking the what do you call that desert again?
Aram of the Pillars.
Aram of the Pillars. You know, they had that fucking that was well, wait. That was a desert with the whole statues and stuff like that, and it opened up. All right,
Oh, on
cool.
Uncharted 3?
Uncharted
Yeah,
3.
that was probably three.
And
Yeah.
Uncharted 2 had like the fucking big ass waterfalls and shit like that.
Bro, that desert scene was fucking incredible, bro. With the plane. One of the best.
That game was hit after hit with the fucking set pieces, man. Like the whole boat. like flooding, and you had to get the fuck out of there. That was a crazy fucking set piece. That wasn't just like QTEs. You had to do it yourself. You know.
Facts.
But then like
I
Uncharted
still haven't
4
been
was
able to
like
find that soundtrack, man,
it,
for that boat scene.
I gotta look at it again. But then you got Uncharted 4. And it was like, what the fuck? We found it. We found a boat. Oh,
Uncharted
okay.
4 had like
it was weak.
they all had like good set pieces besides one. I don't really remember one like that.
One actually kicked off the set pieces. It was the funny thing is I looked at this is it was on the Uncharted 1 beta, not beta, but the demo or the game itself.
Yeah.
When you were climbing and you had to shoot that barrel on a truck as you was climbing in the beginning of the game, and it flips and then it just it lands and you can cross over it at that point in time. That was the precursor to all the set pieces. They were like, we need more shit like that, and that's what created set pieces for Naughty Dog. Just that one little interactive little piece. There was no real set pieces there other than like the helicopter and shit like that. It just, to me, like Uncharted 4 just didn't really have good set pieces or any kind of good, like I already seen a jungle with a boat in the middle of it. It was just like, okay. A ROM of the fucking pillars, I never seen anything like that. Or Shambhala, I never seen anything like that either, video game wise. Just to me.
Yeah, it looked amazing on the PS3, man.
Who had a cat?
Meow 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 meow.
Yo, hopefully, like to kind of bring things back to the whole thing with Ghost of Tsushima, right? And what they're trying to do with that movie. I low key, I kind of feel like they should cast the dude who actually did Jinsakai.
The Japanese think he looks ugly. They were like, we don't need ugly.
What was his name? Daisuke something. Daisuke, I forgot his last name.
His name was Dookie.
but yeah, I mean, I think he'd be great, man. I mean, if they could act,
he was already playing it. Like he had the accent, and everything. Stop.
Yeah, he looks exactly like him. Like they.
It is him. I mean, like that's like literally his face.
Oh,
he actually looks a lot younger. It's almost like they aged him a little bit in the game. So that was a British burp.
Yes, it was.
He said, "Oi."
What's up, Mike?
Oi. Boy.
Yo, but you know what though, man? I know a lot of people love the like the John Wick stuff. I mean, I enjoyed the first movie. I thought it was pretty cool.
I think it's going to be intimate sword fighting is what they were probably looking for. That's what I think is going to happen because John Wick is very intimate with their gun porn. Very up close and personal.
Get Wicked Pablo. He said gun porn.
I was like, wait, what? I'm gonna need you to send me that for research purposes.
Yo, nigga.
No, but tell me though that the person who directed John Wick wouldn't like make a dope samurai movie about Jinsakai.
I don't
like
know.
That. Tell me that would.
I don't know yet. To me, I would like to have Rob Snyder or Zack Snyder, excuse me. Kind of have like the whole stylistic. I figure like to me, if it was up to me, I would have.
He's not good with story though. Like he's good like.
But they have sucker punches like the executive producer is.
So you would just want him to direct it, not like have anything to do with the anything with the writing.
People kind of no, yeah, exactly. People shit on Zack Snyder, but like a lot of the stuff that he does with the comics is almost spot on. Like you could take the image and just make it into like a panel. Like he knows his shit when it comes to that. He's very meticulous with that. Like for instance, Watchmen, right? Which is a comic. Did you guys see Watchmen?
Yeah. Watchmen was fucking incredible, man.
You remember how he fucking manifests like Dr. Manhattan? He manifests in the middle of the cafeteria. Like that is literally 1-to-1 with the fucking comic. And he was able to bring that panel to life. Like shit like that. I would imagine like you know what he did with 300? That'd be like really fucking cool.
Oh, he did 300?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't even know. 300 was really great.
Yeah, 300 was actually pretty cool.
I would love to have that kind of visual style with Ghost of Tsushima. You know, that whole zooming in and zooming out real quick as he's like slicing people. I would think that would be cool. maybe for Ghost of Tsushima too. They kind of aped that a little bit.
I
But
mean, I like the fact that in John Wick, like with Keanu Reeves, he did a lot of his own stunts. Yeah, and he actually trained for it. You know what I mean? Like if you watch any of the
that's
footage of him
Keanu Reeves
actually.
though. That's you can't. That's not everybody. Keanu Reeves is that nigga.
True. Yeah, true. I mean, yeah, I mean, not everybody, I suppose, would do it, but I mean, if
Oh, well, what's his name again? Tom Cruise. He does it too.
oh yeah, Tom Cruise is another one. Yeah, I mean, if they could bring that sort of like life and energy into like say the world of Ghost of Tsushima, I think that would be dope, man. I think it really would be. I think it would be a good adaptation of the actual game itself.
Right. So I mean, well, for the sake of time, we should probably move on to the next subject. What you want to talk about next?
Uh, did did we really touch up on Jim Ryan or not?
We
Not
didn't touch up
really.
on that now.
All right, so what do you guys think about Jim Ryan's the era of Ryan in the PlayStation space? What do you guys think about how he's been kind of
You know what?
handling
We can probably combine these two subjects because they are
which one?
intrinsically connected. The backwards compatibility and its problems and Jim Writing. So this is going to be a
Oh,
subject. Yeah.
yeah, let me talk about that. So
Talk about which.
a lot of people the backwards compatible thing.
Okay. We
So
can probably segue into it like that too.
yeah, so I know it's been known obviously if people know about Xbox and stuff like they've been praised a lot about how they implemented previous Xbox generations into one console with the Series X and S and stuff. Um, for like PlayStation fans that like really want that, like I'll just say like I feel like they have something coming, like like something like that. Mark Cerny's a really intelligent guy. I'm sure he talks with his team on not maybe not a regular basis, but I'm sure he talks to his team quite frequently about implementing BC like with previous
I'm sorry.
generations
Can we
of
pause? Can we
PlayStation
pause
on it.
here? Can we pause? Yo, Umar was waiting all day for this shit. This nigga was
Oh,
like,
Just to say, Ryan, I give
he
Ryan a
was like,
C.
I can't wait. I knew I made this subject for you, yo. I was like, I made it for you.
oh man.
I knew you wanted to speak on this shit, and I like how you're turning around a little bit. You're becoming logical with this shit. But go on. I'm sorry. I want to cut you off.
Yo, let me ask you guys a question before you continue. What are you guys trying to get this done like by some particular time or something? Like, because you were saying for the sake of time.
Pablo
Uh,
wanted to jump into the other thingy.
Oh,
it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. However long you guys want to go, it doesn't matter to me, honest.
no, I just didn't know
It's
we were trying to
okay.
operate like within a time frame. But
I
no, I
mean,
was just asking.
We don't
typically
have to rush through
it's
anything, bro.
supposed to be like it's like an hour and a half for the pop, the thing. Uh, but
No, go ahead. I didn't want to interrupt you guys. I was just curious.
You've already interrupted.
Go ahead, man.
Shit, fuck. What the fuck was I saying?
I don't know.
Shit.
Josh was saying
Uh,
that he made a topic specifically for Umar. Something about being logical.
Jim Ryan, and shit like that.
Yeah, but
We
Jim
were talking
Ryan,
about
yeah.
And we talking about BC and stuff like that.
oh, okay. So with the BC, look, my Sony people, look, it's coming, man. It's like they're. I'm pretty sure they're working on it. There were like some rumors about them kind of implementing backwards compatibility through PS Now. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. They need to like rethink that. If that's like what like the goal is right now, they have to rethink that, man, because that's not gonna go well with people. Like people are gonna bring up Microsoft and be like, oh well, these games are on, you could just buy the games outright and just have the back compat version right then and there. So and then also they were saying like that like the backwards compatibility for like the older generation stuff. I don't know if they were doing this for PS3 2 and 1 or if it was just PS2 and 1, but they were saying that it would be like streamed, which is like it's like come on, like there's no way they can implement something like inside the system to where like I'm pretty sure it could run like those games with ease, but emulation is so tricky. Like even on PC is so tricky. Like you can't just put it on your PC and just expect everything to work. There's like so much so much stuff that goes into it, like in terms of like encoding and all that shit, that makes it so tricky and stuff. I don't know the inner workings of it, but it's not as simple as like just booting the shit up and like the shit just works. But I'm not against the streaming aspect they can if they can make it feel like really responsive. Um, because a lot of the like those cloud platforms, they don't really work like 100% well when it comes to just latency and shit. So they gotta find a way to kind of make it work natively. I think, come on, like Mark Cerny, that dude's like fucking Steve Jobs of PlayStation, bro. Like he can make it work. But yeah, like the way Jim Ryan even handled that, like it was just like kind of weird, like saying like that all the games would work and all stuff. I mean, we finally found out, but you know, oh, the remastering engine. Oh, yo, that's a good thing you brought up, Umar, because I don't know, my guy Hip Hop Gamer brought that up, and like he was saying like they were working on that. See now, if they're working on that, see that's some shit that Sony would do, like some remaster engine. I could hear him doing a presentation, and then hear him talking about, hey guys, well, I'm here to announce that we have a
Well,
remastering
first
engine
of
in the
all, he
works.
doesn't talk like that. He'd be more like, well, you see, guys, what I would like to do is
Yeah,
actually,
it does sound more like
actually put
that.
He
all
does
my
talk like
focus
that, bro.
on everything that we do and how we play on PlayStation.
Yeah, he's that. Oh, he's like a little scary when you talk, but
Who?
yeah, but
You're right.
see, look, Umar bring up another good point. PS5 is already backwards compatible with 54 PS2 games because remember those games that they brung over, and they gave them like trophy support and all that shit and stuff like that. Um, they was charging a little bit too much for some of those, but that's a different thing. But I think it could be done, man. Like that if they can implement some remastering engine or whatever, and like get the licenses for a lot of those games and stuff. Yeah, it could work, man. I just refuse to believe that PS Now is like the only way they can do that.
Well,
Like maybe okay, like maybe they could do it streaming, but at least offer like a downloadable option with it too. That would kind of mitigate like people kind of hating on it
Well, Josh had
less.
a pretty interesting take on it earlier.
What is your take on it, Josh?
so people don't understand this. What's going on,
Yo,
Dre?
Dan got kicked
I think I said fuck this. He said fuck this shit.
Trey, what's good, bro?
Motherfuckers, I'm out of here. I got some team crumpets. Let me stop. Excuse me. My take is this. This is what people do not understand, right? Sony has to actually go to the publishers and ask them for the rights to put it onto their store. And the publishers,
Hmm.
the problem with the publishers is that all those games from PS1 in 2 days, and sometimes PS3 days, they don't exist anymore. They don't exist. There's a game called 40 Winks I showed Ken. It doesn't exist. Who do you pay? Who do you go to if the fucking company don't exist? Who do you go to?
Fuck.
So now they got to dig deep into figuring out, you know what I'm saying, what's going on with this. So, all right, you find a developer, and the developer may be like, yo, I don't really care too much about putting these old ass games on there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? The developers are going to, if they do find a developer, they're going to say, prove to me that it's worth it. You know what I'm saying? And so Sony says this, okay, well, everyone loves trophies. The games can retroactively, or the engine can retroactively put trophies into the games. So you don't got to do anything. And the developers are like, okay, cool. Show me that they're going to pay for this shit. So then they put the games out as a preliminary test, the 52 games that you speak of, Omar, right? And no one buys it. You know, people get mad at Jim Ryan because he says, who the fuck will buy it? But we all know we live in a world of people being vain. You know what I mean? So when they did put the games out there, graphically they don't look good. And guess what? Fucking let's look at this, right? Shadow of the Colossus was released in 2005. That was fucking
Yeah.
15 years ago. most gamers have moved on at that age, have moved on or don't game anymore. They're married with children. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They don't game anymore. So the backwards compatibility doesn't interest them. It should. You see what I'm saying? Because that's our era of playing games. So now they have to cater to the new people, right? So the new generation, the 22, 23-year-old people, oh, we got trophies for these classic games. The new people are like, nigga, I want to play Fortnite. And that shit ugly. Which goes back to what Jim Ryan says. Who would want to play that? So it's just an endless loop. So Sony can't provide the receipts to show that they should get that game and put it on the store and show them that a lot of money. Like sometimes they'd be like, it's too much effort. I'm not doing that. You know, it's just an endless loop. So you got two issues. The people who would the backwards compatibility with interest are too old to play, basically, or in low numbers. And it graphically doesn't look that good for the new people to actually play. I mean, it's an endless loop. You get money talks. Everybody knows, and I think I told this to Ken. There's people, like, for instance, I'll use this example. There's some people out there that want to do real estate, right? Selling houses and flipping houses. There are places where they may not, there's areas for where you can't really sell houses. You can't expect a realtor to be like, yo, I'm going to build houses here. The clientele is not there. They're not going to waste their money doing it. And no business will waste their money doing something. Risk and reward. So that's what's going on. Unfortunately, that's what's up. So now they're doing remasters to cater to the newer demographic that's actually playing games at this moment to make it look appealing to them, like this Uncharted or Shadow of the Colossus and etc. That's my take on it.
I mean, I think it'd be great if they'd be able to, start implementing some of the older stuff. That whole game preservation thing, and for the people who are really into it. But I get what you're saying, though, man. Because a lot of people who love those games and played those games, man, they're kind of thinning out more. We're getting a lot. We're like in the era of Fortnite and Apex Legends and all that stuff, and graphics and like
Yo, hold
everybody.
up. Yo, they just announced well, I don't know if this guy's on the Xbox team, but I don't know. This guy Astro said that backward compatibility program on Xbox will come back. We will have new PC games, 360, Xbox OG compatibles. So it's like come on, Sony, you gotta, like, I'm sure there's so many, like, under the PS2 banner, PS3. Like, I would love to play a Resistance, on my PS5. Like, that would be dope.
The thing about it is that Microsoft, there's two things. They got money, right? Number two, they don't have any fucking first party games that is recent. They have no choice but to cater to backwards compatibility and live in the past. That's the problem.
Yeah.
They going to say, and then the backwards compatibility program that they have is extremely lackluster. Extremely lackluster. Like, what you going to do? Release 3 games just to say that you did it? Yo, what's going on, Dan? I think he took a shit and came back.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we didn't really get like Dan's take on a lot of this stuff, man. He's been kind of quiet.
He was like, what?
I'm chilling, man. I'm listening. I'm listening. Carry on.
He's jiggling, baby. Go ahead, baby.
What do you think, man? What do you think about this whole BC thing?
I think I touched on it last week. Basically, I think it's coming. Like, it's just a matter of time. With big corporations, nothing happens that quickly. It's like turning a fucking massive ship in the middle of the ocean. It's not a speedboat. Like, shit has to happen. I think the process of shutting down the PS3 store and things like that, I think they're just doing a bit of housekeeping right now, cleaning up some shit. And when they're ready, they're gonna, I've said it before. I think they're gonna relaunch or revamp PS Now into something that's going to have the full back compatibility of PS1, PS2, PS3 games. I think they're working on the fact that they want to bring trophies as well. I think that's a huge thing. That's not. I think it's when they do finally bring something, it's going to be like a massive announcement. It's going to be like, look, shit, here's the games, here's the history of the games. By the way, we've got trophy support for all of them as well. So it's just going to be a massive deal. And it's like anything. I feel like as market leaders, they don't have to speak. You know, you don't have to answer to the echo chamber on Twitter because some Xbox fans are trolling you because you don't have back compatible games. It's like, bro, we drop this shit when it's ready. Do you know what I mean? At the moment, it's not ready. So when it's here, it's here.
I'd be curious to see how, because I know that they're working on some stuff to, like revamp more than likely PS Now, PS Plus. I mean, I heard some stuff. Obviously, I think you guys did too about them potentially like combining both Plus and Now, um, which that would be interesting to see how they kind of do that, if they do that, and to see how they kind of tackle like the BC thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty dope, man. I mean, PlayStation's had a lot of great games over the years, and to kind of have the ability to, just sort of have access to that, especially on this new hardware, like that'd be dope, man. You know, for those who are really interested in preserving those, I guess, like Josh with the Tomb Raider and all that shit.
Yeah, like the thing is, like what Umar is saying, like people get it fucked up. I absolutely, positively, am all for backwards compatibility. People don't know this, but I'm a sucker for that shit. I'll play an old ass game, no
I love
problem.
BC, man.
You said you love BBC?
That too, but you know, nah, BC is great, man. Like it's like people, and it's funny too. Is people like, oh, what the fuck? I look like playing all these old games, and like, yo, the
A great
first shit
one.
you see people boot up on their PS5 is like fucking Warzone, fucking people playing Bloodborne on their shit. Like it's like, come on, man. Like you still want to play your old games, man. Because, but then again, it's nothing really like out, that's new. So you kind of forced to play older shit. But to be like that, you don't want to play old games at all. Like, imagine like the system launching with only like those PS5 games, and like you don't got nothing to play. Like it's pretty useful.
In my opinion, man, I feel like the PS4 games were necessary. You know what I mean? Like if they didn't launch the PS5 with at least the BC for PS4, that would have been an issue. You know what I'm saying? That would have been a big issue, I think. Because I mean, you have 100 and whatever 14 million people who are on PS4, and you're trying to migrate them over. Like that part of it, I think was necessary, and it would have been huge if it would have been a huge L if they didn't do that. You know. Now, like the other stuff, like BC for PS3, PS2, PS1, like that will be great. Like I think that'd be fantastic. Because there's a bunch of stuff during those generations, um, all of them really that were great.
That's why
You
they
know,
couldn't get. That's why they couldn't get the BC for when they had PS3. Like a lot of these developers don't exist anymore. That was the thing that I looked into it. That was the biggest problem. They don't exist.
yeah, which is unfortunate. I mean, it'd be great if they could do it, but do I think it's like necessary? I don't think it's necessary, man. I mean, like 100% necessary. At least not like, you know, like how things are going right now.
I think it's
Do I
important.
think that they would? Huh?
I think it's important.
I think it's important. I just don't like I was saying, I think if they did not have like PS4 backwards compatibility, that would have been a huge L. Huge, massive. You know, the fact that they don't have PS3, PS2, PS1, like can you consider that like an L? I don't know. I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it, you know. But in my opinion, do I think it was like 100% necessary for like PS5 to be successful? No. Do I think it would be great? Absolutely. Do I think they should do it if they can? Absolutely. Because like I said, they had great games. And if you could like have access to that, that'd be fantastic. Whether it's either native, like more natively, emulation or whatever, with all its complications, or like through something like PS Now or PS Plus or something. That'd be great. I
Oh,
mean, I'm all for it.
Umar says this that the Switch is outselling the X. No one says anything about the fucking Switch, yo. I'm so sick of it. Now I can't take it anymore. They don't have any kind of title preservation or whatever the fuck they new buzz line
Yeah.
tag or whatever. They don't give a fuck about your feelings, basically. You know what I'm saying? No one says anything about fucking Nintendo. They don't have fucking backwards compatibility at all, and no one says anything about Nintendo. They release a
It
fucking
gets
old
worse.
ass fucking game and then say we're gonna take that shit off in like a month. Good luck, nigga. And no one says fucking anything. Oh my god, we got
It gets
Armageddon!
It gets worse when you consider the fact that Nintendo actively goes after emulation sites and stuff like that.
I don't really buy. You're not supposed to be emulating anyway. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll do it, but you're not supposed to be doing it anyway.
If you got the game purchased, you could dump like the files on the thing, so it's legal that way. But
I mean, like if you never owned the game, you're doing emulating it.
oh yeah, nah.
I mean, I don't get fucked up. I would do it, but I don't really approve of it.
For Nintendo, yeah. I mean, they're taking away. They're fucking taking away. Like they already took away Mario. All Stars 3D. From the digital store. Like that's kind of crazy. I can understand if you want to take it away physical. As a like kind of like collector's item. But like the fact that you took it out digital, like what? There's no logical reasoning behind that. That should have just stayed there forever. You know. Yeah, it's just like Nintendo with Nintendo. I think it's because like they cater more to like the kids and stuff. Like people are a little more lenient with them when they do a lot of like really dumb decisions with the console. Yeah, the fact that they don't have BC, it's worse for them because they have like a a, a wide catalog of like just different games and stuff like that would, you know, that a lot of kids nowadays could like go back to and like play and stuff. And they don't do that. They make people start from scratch again. So it's like a little corny with that
Well, they don't.
to
These
me.
kids nowadays don't give a fuck about like the legacy of gaming. They don't care. This is
Yeah,
this
it's
is
probably why they don't do it.
it's probably what I mean. It's a numbers game. They see that shit. Nobody cares. You know,
Yeah.
fuck it. That's how they.
Let me
That's
pull
how they do
something
it.
up. While you guys keep talking, I'm gonna pull up like kind of like see if I can find some analytics about like backwards compatibility.
Try to see also if you could how much what do you call it? What sells the most in gaming? DLC, the game itself, the store, shit like that.
Okay.
Did you guys see that information about PS5 is expected to hit 7.6 million sales
I did see
by
that.
the end of the fiscal year?
God damn.
I did see
That's
that.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty crazy, man. $25 billion in revenue for the PlayStation division. Like that's insane, man.
Okay. This was from 2017 though. From 2016 of September to February 12th, 2017. It's still prevalent. This is with Xbox One users though. This is based on 930K users on Xbox Live sampled through those months there. So get this. So 54% of people are playing regular Xbox One games and 1.5% is playing 360 games
Say
via
that.
backwards compatibility.
Say that one more time.
1.5%.
What was the other one?
For the people that are just playing regular games, like the next gen games, or
Current gen.
yeah, 54.7%. This was in 2017, mind you, so it might be a little different now, but that is interesting. That is definitely interesting. So definitely just caters to like a niche, part,
I
of
believe if Sony
the
were to
user
do it,
base.
it would be higher than that. But the thing is, right?
Yeah,
Microsoft just flat out has no option but to do that. You know what I'm saying? They're not. I don't understand. Okay, so Phil Spencer jumped in 2017, right?
yeah.
All right, cool. Um, where's the games? Where's your first party games? It's about 3 years. You haven't
I'm trying to
showed,
play the long game.
but you haven't showed anything at all.
Yeah.
And this is beyond 18, 19, 20, 21. This is almost 4 years into this bitch, and you haven't even gave us a taste of what it is. Everything that you gave us is CG. Is CG. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they don't really care what the fuck they're doing, really. You know what I'm saying? As long as they just garner like subscriptions. So that's why they're doing the what do you call it? That's why they're doing the um backwards compatibility thing, because they really don't have anything to show. If they had something to show, they would have showed that a while ago. Because Microsoft is really reactionary versus proactive. So they have no games. They know that Sony is not doing anything really with backwards compatibility, or at least they think they know. So they're going to play up this thing to try to get the favor of the small but loud crowd on social media. Is what they're doing, for sure. Everybody complains about crossplay. Who the fuck talks about crossplay now? Who talks about it?
No.
It's definitely becoming more of a norm. Like it's being introduced in a lot more games.
Yeah,
It's
but
not. It's not just like the big games now.
or is anyone really using it? You know.
The whole crossbow
I mean, you're
situation
using it
died.
without realizing it. Because if anybody played Outriders, a lot of people didn't know that had crossplay. But I think it's like turned on automatically when you jump in, so you're playing with like other people. But yeah, it is a niche. It's still a niche feature though, because not every single game has it.
I mean, it'd be cool if they had it though. You know what I mean? Like just to kind of bolster, the capabilities of.
I
That
I
that
do
feature is
think
good for every platform. I don't care what anybody says.
we backwards compatibility.
Yeah.
Not too, but no, I was talking about crossplay.
Oh, crossplay.
You know
Yeah.
why it's not good? Because it's going to throw
Oh,
me into
I gotta hear
PC
this.
people. Or it'll throw me in if I'm playing the Switch. It'll throw me into people that have real controllers.
Okay, is this for multiplayer games or co-op?
This is they saying crossplay for everything.
Okay, for multiplayer, I agree. Cause
Like
you don't
Apex,
know if the PC players are cheating.
like Apex Legends, right? They just released that shit on the Switch, and it is
Oh my
crossplay,
god.
and it runs
Yeah,
and it runs at 30 frames a second, by the way. And you have a shitty ass
Wait, it's
voice.
crossplay on Switch?
Uh-huh.
Oh no, that's a bad idea. That was a bad
And it's
decision.
crazy too because there's grass that you can hide into on the actual home consoles, but there's no grass rendered for the Switch, so they get a home line or a home team advantage by playing on the Switch.
Yeah, that game.
You be
I
sitting there,
thought Orange.
you be sitting there crouched in a fucking with nothing, just in the middle of the fucking field,
Yeah, yeah.
and they look like, why you see me? And there's no grass rendered on the Switch version. So
Yeah, they kind of fucked up, but with that game, honestly. But nah, yeah. Like for co-op games, it's definitely beneficial, man. It's like what's a good example? Like I mean, people still play it, but like Resident Evil 5, it's like kind of hard trying to find like a partner like on console or whatever, trying to play that online. But like if that game had like cross platform play, it would be a lot quicker to find somebody. So like games like that, co-op games that you like, that would benefit from it would be really useful for sure.
Umar says this: it runs at 560p at 30 frames a second, which what frames rate?
That's horrible, man.
So it would run. It's like I mean, people could talk about the Switch Pro and shit like that. I mean, okay, but
The Switch Pro does sound like way more interesting though, but that's another topic.
I
It's a
look
whole
at
nother
this. I
thing.
look at the Switch Pro and it's like, I don't even think that's a good idea to release that now. The Switch is selling like crazy. Why the fuck would you release
Yeah,
something to slow that down?
it's not.
I think they
But
slowed
like,
down the PlayStation 4 by announcing the Pro. I think if they just would have shut up and waited for that shit to drop, And sales, in terms of let the sales slow down, then they should have released it. But then Microsoft would have had the upper advantage, so they had to
You
do
got to
the.
think about this though. Um, like, look at how some of these Switch games have been performing lately. Like, you can tell that it's like kind of like not on its last legs, but it's like
No, you're
you
right.
know
It's
after a
last
couple
legs,
of years in the generation, these games are like starting to
but these
struggle like a lot more.
but these games are not designed for third party. That's the kicker. That's the kicker. Third party is
Yeah.
fine. I mean, first party is fine because they don't even worry about graphics like that. But third party, you trying to get a next generation. You trying to get a fucking PS5 and Series X game to run on the Switch. It was already old technology wise when they came out. So good luck on that one. It is always going to be behind, even if they make a Pro. Fucking cell phones are better than the Switch by far.
But think about this, bro. That game, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's running on the Source engine, the which was the old Call of Duty engine back in the day. If that cannot run 60 FPS on the Switch, that's really concerning, man. Like that's why I feel like they need the Pro.
There's a lot of latency with the memory that they use. It's cheap and it can hold a
Yeah.
lot, but it doesn't have the bandwidth to handle data transfer. That's why loading times are crazy on fucking the Switch versus the regular console counterparts. It just does it. Magnificent block. What's going on, man? Are you working right now?
Was good.
Magnificent was good, my guy. How about?
I guess we can be shit, man. I don't know why I'm burning out like this.
What else we got?
I'm not tired, but like I don't know why I'm yawning like this. Maybe the rain.
Hold up.
I was reading an article, man, and they were talking about some of the stuff that Sony had made like a lot of headway and revenue during the pandemic. Like with anime and stuff like that. Obviously, their video games and their film and all that, right? I thought it would be interesting just to kind of think about like how that kind of correlates with some of the stuff that they've been doing lately. Because they bought Crunchyroll, and
I
obviously,
heard Crunchyroll
Actually,
is slowing down. I mean, someone's trying to stop them from doing that.
yeah, I was just about to
Really?
say they're probably not going to be able to get Crunchyroll.
what happened? I didn't hear about that.
Monopoly.
Not, yeah, Monopoly.
Really?
Yeah.
What, the Sony own Funimation or something?
Yeah, they own Funimation. They bought
Oh,
it
that's
like
why.
last year.
Oh, that's why. It's gonna be because of Funimation then. Wait, hold up, guys. I forgot this happened. I don't know what day in the week it is, but they're killing the PlayStation Store for the Vita, PS3, and PSP. What do y'all think about that?
Well, they aren't because it wasn't officially announced, so we don't know.
Oh, it's only a rumor.
It's rumor.
Oh,
Yo,
really?
What do you think if they do that though?
Yo, the way people have been spreading it around on social media, you would think that shit is true.
It's
I
conflicting.
thought I thought it was true.
Yeah, I
Damn.
thought it was an official thing or something. I could have sworn I saw a post from them or some shit.
It's conflicting because Colin Moriarty or whatever the fuck this nigga's name is.
Yeah.
He said he got a dev kit
He got a dev kit.
of the beta, and he hasn't heard anything like this. So
What the
he's
fuck?
like, no one knows. But regardless of the matter, they've been shutting down little, the stores and shit like that. And this is going to segue into Jim Ryan portion because we still haven't like rated it, right?
Yeah.
People are under the impression that Jim Ryan has anything that's negative. It's Jim Ryan's fault.
I mean, you kind of have like, are people gonna direct their anger? Well, a casual nigga is not gonna do this. They just care about the system. They don't know who the fuck he is. But people in the Twitterverse and shit, they're gonna direct any negative news from PlayStation and direct it towards him. It's just the nature of the beast and shit because he's at the top of the food chain.
People
that
were
PlayStation.
like, he's killing backwards compatibility. My title preservation. How about you download it on a hard disk drive and shut the fuck up? Why don't you do that? So you can have
Jim
Fred,
Lion.
Jim Lion.
You know what's gonna happen when this shit happens? They're just gonna accept it and suck his dick. That's just how it is, bro. They're not gonna give a fuck after it happens.
It did close ages ago. It sure as hell did.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, what the fuck? That shit's still up.
You gotta go through something. I forgot what you do. Like they've been doing it, but yeah, that's Jim. That's retroactively Jim Ryan's fault too. You know
And
what I'm
look,
saying?
like, they probably have some analytical data on their end, seeing like, yo, there's nobody going to our PS Store like
He
on
said
the
put a plus on
PS3
there.
that's really checking for games and shit. Like everybody's on, and also they're doing it 2 generations after. It's not like it's the last generation. It's not that like they're closing down the PS4. That would have been a bigger problem. But
Yo, people like you closed down the communities. I was using that. I built up so many people, and you closed it.
come on, like we
Why
got to do
you
it the old school
do
way.
it like that?
You want to find people with mics, you fucking join an MW3 lobby, and you call it a fucking day. You're gonna find a motherfucker with a mic, all right? But you don't need a fucking community to find somebody. Use Discord. Join a fucking Discord server on your phone, man. If you want to find a group of people to play with, just join like I don't know what games niggas is playing, like Warzone. You don't need no damn community tab to fucking do that. Just join the Discord server.
Yeah,
for Warzone.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like when they announced that they were going to get rid of the community thing, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt some type of way about that one, man, because I know a lot of people don't use it. Most people probably don't use it. But it was great for it was great for someone like me, man, who played like the Souls games, Bloodborne and Dark Souls and all that, because because of the way the multiplayer was structured. It's great to like go into the community where there's a lot of people who are like active with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all honesty, though, like in reality, it's really not that big of a deal because
It's not.
because I mean, like I was upset about it, but I literally, like you just said, like I just went to Discord. I'm like, yo, I need a Dark Souls.
Exactly. You just go to Discord, and I think a lot of these PlayStation fans don't know about Discord. Like people that just casually like play on there, so they might be upset about it. But I hope they learn that, hey, you can use Discord servers for literally any game, like almost any game you can.
Yeah,
Just type it in fucking Google, and then you'll find one for Dark Souls or any of those type of games.
or Demon Souls, man. Like I literally just joined a Discord for Demon Souls. You
Yeah.
know, they have some for PS3 players and PS5 players, which is dope.
See, that's good. That's good, man.
So I mean, I get it, but
Yeah, Umar changed his fucking score. Hey, Umar, you can't change his fucking score, bro.
He changed it because he changed it because of the PSP store. He was like,
That's
"Never mind.
fucked up.
It's a plus then." But
I never had an experience with the PSP online. It was an offline device.
You were like a single cell organism when that came out. So, of course you didn't. You didn't have hands yet. But
I forgot I was in my dad's balls.
he was in his dad's sack boy.
boss boy.
Bro, what the fuck? I almost put the shit out. Like I said, I was in his sack boy, bro. Oh, hell no.
I don't know, man. I mean,
I
think
this. People didn't understand that the Souls, like Demon Souls servers almost shut down too, and everybody cried about that shit too. Why? I'm still playing it. So
the PS3 version. Oh yeah, didn't they shut that down like a while ago?
They were about to shut it down, and then they opened it back up. But then Shuhei Yoshida, it wouldn't even be a fucking Souls game. If he stuck by to what he said, he was like, "This shit looks rough." Nah, nigga, I ain't publishing that shit.
Wow.
That's what Shuhei Yoshida said. But that's Jim Ryan's fault though too. It's so fucking.
Isn't Shuhei above Jim or no?
No. Dude,
I don't think so.
He was equal to Jim because he handled the Japanese portion. Jim Ryan handled the European version, and then Jack Tritton handled the
worldwide
America.
or U.S.
And I think it was structured that way.
But who's the worldwide guy, or they don't have it structured like that?
They shrunk it down, so it's Jim Ryan. They put all the headquarters in the U.S. And now it's Jim
Wait,
Ryan.
so who's the U.S. guy now? Because didn't Jack Trenton didn't
Jim
he
Ryan.
shut down?
Jim Ryan, yeah.
Oh, he's doing both.
Because it was Sean Layden, but they kicked that nigga out.
I don't think they kicked him out really. I think something happened, personal.
I think so too, man.
I think
I
that's
think
the
there was
person
some
saying.
kind of
I
dispute.
hope he talks about that one day, man. That'd be cool.
You probably would, but you look at it right, and Jim Ryan actually helped out Europe greatly. You know what I'm saying? Europe is actually the largest PlayStation fan base now. So
Well, over the U.S.
over the U.S., yeah, 45 million versus 35.
Hmm. I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool.
So it's probably one of the reasons why Jim Ryan got the job. You know, you gotta understand that Jim Ryan, Jack Tritton, fucking Scott Rode, Sean Layton, they were not gamers. They weren't gamers. They just didn't look as old as that fucking wrinkled ass nigga, yo. So
I just don't like his face, yo.
he almost looks like
Would you?
he almost looks like a Lord of no, like a fucking what do you call that shit again? Harry Potter character. Like a witch or a Wiccan or something. Like he just looks very I wouldn't say sinister, but he looks like he does magic. That's all I can say.
I guess that Jim Lyon.
Jim Lyon.
That's what they've been saying. Like in terms of like, let me see here. They probably paid him a fat severance check to keep his mouth closed. Most likely. I think the dispute probably came in like. But the funny thing is, a lot of stuff that Sean Layton was actually going to do was what Jim Ryan was going to do anyway. You know what I'm saying? But he may have gotten a job just due to the fact that the numbers didn't lie. Like, I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the 360 era, Europe, the 360 was the best console in Europe, best-selling console in Europe.
Umar said Jim Ryan is 61 years old, so don't worry, he won't be there for too long.
Facts.
I bet you would fuck your girl though.
This nigga said he the Joe Biden of PlayStation.
Who said that?
No, I just made that shit up.
Oh shit! I was gonna say yeah. Joe Biden is that nigga old.
Basically, though.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's a good 10 years over to other people. Like all they're doing is straight business moves. That's what it is. And yeah, he don't have the charisma that Jack Tritton had.
Yeah.
Or Sean Layton. But really, Sean Layton, I couldn't stand looking at his interviews. His fucking teeth is fucked up, man. Every time I see that, I'm like, yo, fix your teeth.
I think Sean Layden, he was just more like, even though he was a businessman, he always came across as like relatable in some way, you know.
Yeah.
And I think people just kind of liked his energy, like his aura. You know what I mean? Like whenever he would talk.
Because I think that Jim Ryan really, people can feel that Jim Ryan does not care about like the gaming portion. He just sees numbers. You know what I'm saying? That's all he cares about is numbers, and he knows how to manipulate numbers, and that's why he got the job. You know, that's basically what it is. You know, but what I would give Jim Ryan, I mean, I would give him a C as well. You know.
I mean, to be honest, I feel like it's still kind of early, you know, to kind of really see.
Just the way that he's been handling just PR work is lackluster in general.
I gotcha. I mean, some of the stuff that people are complaining about with Jim Ryan, man, I feel like Sean Layden would have done like it would have been the same shit anyway.
Sean Layden was caught like liking tweets that said that shit. They was like, yo, like this shit was already in effect, and then Sean Layden liked it. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and honestly, man, I don't really think we'll really see like all of the differences in the restructuring after Jim Ryan taking over for a little while.
One thing that is true, the game that's going on PC is probably Jim Ryan's idea, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Like he probably.
But you know what? Sean Layden was talking about that stuff too, man. Before Jim Ryan.
Exactly.
But he probably pulled the trigger hard as shit for that.
He probably did.
We all know it was going to happen, but he probably accelerated the process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he probably did,
I
man.
was like, well,
But I
just
know,
do it.
yeah. But I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, he probably did, and he's getting a lot of flack for it too.
He don't give a fuck
But
either. He's like, I'm not on Twitter to read this shit. Y'all read it.
yeah, I don't think he cares, man.
Nope.
but
This
you know,
nigga
Sean
said,
Layden,
yo,
I think it would have been the same
he
shit,
was
man.
like, yo, I understand what people were saying, but the numbers don't even show that people really care. So we're going to go full steam ahead. Just let you know, a whole suite of games are going to come out. So get ready.
You know what, man?
I can't wait for The Last of Us and Uncharted to come out on PC. It's gonna be glorious. Oh god.
You know what I would like though. I mean, I would personally, you know, I get the fact that they're trying to do this, put their stuff on PC or whatever, right? Like, I mean, at this point, I don't know. I really don't even care that much, man. It's just like, are you still gonna bring like those great whatever exclusive games for the PS5? Like, that's what I care about. However, um, I would like to know like more about their actual plan for how they're going to roll it out, you know, or like their plans for how are they going to release games on PC? What games are they going to release on PC? Like,
And I
or
told
or
I'm
like
a,
the
I told this to Devil Shooter.
I'm gonna definitely double dip on
Yeah,
Days Gone.
I
I
told
want to know this too, but Chuck. Okay,
I
but
told this to Devil Shooter. It's case by case. You just it depends on what the game is. You will never get a number. Some games may just do poorly, and they may use that to put on the fucking PC. Or some games are small, and they may put it on PC day and date. Larger games. I think the thing that we can guarantee is that the big AAA games, the Hallmark games, that's basically that we know and love, or just big AAA games in general, will go out on a PS5 first, and two year window. You know what I'm saying? That's what I believe is the magic number for the big games. For everything else, you're probably looking at a slight delay or day and date. You know what I'm saying? Now, here's the reason why people don't understand. To make a computer that's comparable to either the Series X or the PlayStation 5, because of the fucking the solid state drive, that's already $200. You know, sure you can use your monitor, right? Your TV, but then you still need a computer, which is probably at minimum like $600. So that's $800 versus fucking 400 or 500. Like, and then you gotta download drivers and all this other shit to get that shit started. You will never get rid of a console. And I've been telling that to people. I told that to Sick. Nobody wants to fucking hear this shit. There's always going to be a place for consoles. Period. End of the story. You can make the story about PCs being superior all day and all night, but nobody give a fuck about superiority. Because ultimately, if I want a faster car, if I want like a 745 BMW, I can't afford that shit. So I gotta stick with what the fuck I have. It does me just fine. I don't give a fuck about no heated seats, no fucking cooling steering wheel. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. It's not worth it to pay that much money, and that's what a lot of people are thinking right now, especially since we're in a pandemic. So the price of admission is a lot cheaper on a console, which by default would make them more lucrative and more attractive. And on top of it, you have a lot of your library on a PlayStation Store. So good luck migrating that shit over.
yeah. I'm really curious to see like what their big like master plan is, man. Like with all of this, because they've been making a lot of crazy moves, man. Like, and it seems like a lot of it has been done since Jim Ryan kind of took over. And I don't know if, you know, I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, I kind of feel like a lot of it was like already in motion with Sean Layden or whatever, right? But um you know, I'm wondering like how much of this restructuring stuff was actually Jim Ryan, like what we're seeing now. And it seems like they've been making a lot of changes that, you know, seemingly, not that it doesn't make sense, but it's just like, why are you doing that? You know, like
what?
this whole thing, like Evo, for example, like why would they purchase Evo? You know, or like this whole thing with Crunchyroll, right? They're trying to go for them, which I mean, I was reading the article and it kind of makes sense, because anime was profitable for them, So I mean, that aspect for it too, you know. They're trying to create, now they have the PlayStation Productions, where they're making movies off of their IPs and stuff like that. I mean, like some of that stuff is like, you know, like to me, I have like my own take on like what it is that they might be doing, but it's like what are they really trying to do? You know what I'm saying? And then you have rumors about like how they're possibly going to be restructuring PS Now and PS Plus and all that, right? And you can see them like doing stuff like they're putting like some pretty like big games on PS Plus. Like they've been doing it for a little while now. And now they're putting some of their new stuff up there, like Day and Date, like Oddworld and Destruction All Stars and all that stuff, right? So I don't know. It just to me, it just like begs the question. It's like, what are they really trying to do? Like, what's the end goal? Like, they're putting their games on PC. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of stuff that they've been doing that.
Test the waters. Honestly, I think
What do
that's
you
what
think?
that is.
What do you think that they're doing though?
In my opinion, and also that thing with what you call it, Japan Studio. Which I mean, I think that was kind of like relatively obvious why they did that, but um even still, stuff like that. In my opinion, man, I think what they're trying to do, and we talked about this last week, man. Um, you weren't here last week, but we were talking about this. I think what they're trying to do is become like the ultimate place for entertainment. Like when you think of entertainment, you think of PlayStation. I mean, like, because I mean, think about it. I mean, Sony is an entertainment company. They already have their films, right? And obviously they do their hardware, and PlayStation, which is their biggest, asset when it comes to PlayStation or Sony, right? So they're trying to build out their IPs, right? By making movie adaptations and stuff. I mean, big ones like Ghost of Tsushima. I mean, I know it's new, but I mean, it like when that game released, it was a big splash. The Last of Us, huge IP. Like to me, it seems like what they're trying to do is not only continue to like build their PlayStation brand, like the actual brand itself, PlayStation Studios, whatever. I think they're also trying to like build their IP to make them like to like transcend not only just PlayStation but like all forms of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the ones that they're into, like movies and stuff like that. I feel like they're no I feel like they're kind of like noticing that their IP is like really what's going to like even like build their brand even further, you know. So this whole thing about making their game IPs like movies and Crunchyroll and Evo, like that's an entertainment event. You know what I'm saying? All that shit. So
Well,
that's what it kind of seems like to me, man.
the thing about PlayStation is that they had a notorious reputation, notorious for fucking being a separate company. You know what I'm saying? It was notorious for being a separate company. Um, for each arm of the entertainment, they never worked together. Never. It wasn't until like PlayStation kind of went along where they started to kind of like work together, where you had like either the store that worked together, or you had like certain IPs and stuff like that, or the discs, DVDs or CDs or Blu-rays and stuff like that. Now Sony is trying to make it a one Sony thing, which Cass Arai actually started to, kind of implement and make pillars. Hello all together. A PS PlayStation since 1984. What's going on, man?
That's good. I mean, to me, it like some of it makes sense, some of it doesn't.
What doesn't make sense?
Like
let me talk about that. What doesn't make sense? Real quick.
well, right? We have a
Ooh, damn. Yo, can you there?
prediction of The Last of Us.
You broke up really badly. Say that one more time. What doesn't make sense?
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I was saying, I'll start with what does make sense
No,
to me.
we got that. We just need to know what doesn't make sense. Like one thing that doesn't make sense. Everybody can see that what makes sense.
Uh, Personally, I'm wondering why they're putting all their games on PC. Not all their games. That's a stretch, but you know what I'm saying. Like, what's the end goal with that?
What part
You
doesn't
know,
make sense about it?
what's the end goal? Like, what is their end goal? Like, is their end goal to like try to like bring more revenue into the company, like just to have people double dip,
Obviously, yeah.
or is
That's
it something more? Like, that's the thing though. Like,
well, what more
there's
could it?
so many different.
What more could it be? Are you just looking into it too deep? What more could it be?
I mean, maybe, you know,
No, but I'm saying,
but
what more could it be though? What other
I
thing would that?
mean,
What other thing would that imply?
to me, which maybe there's not a whole lot of evidence to even to show this, but maybe it's just more of a concern, I guess. But you know, like, what if they start putting more energy into like their PC ports, stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? I'm wondering like how that could potentially affect
The console
them,
players.
like them and the
So
yeah, the console players, like in the future, like that.
I'm gonna state this right, and I can't stress
Like,
this enough. I say this so many times, and people still won't accept this. Sony has made $25 billion off of PlayStation without the PC. You tell me, why would they abandon that?
That's a good question. I'm asking myself the same thing.
I don't think they would.
That's exactly the point. They were not going to abandon it. Showing PC Master Race some really good produced AAA
Sound
games.
really
I
good.
think I think they're going to ease people into it,
Ease people onto what?
so into getting their games are going to PC, and they'll be releasing day and date.
So
And
what that would do,
yeah,
what that would do is that would eat into the PlayStation, which made them $25 billion.
yeah.
So why would they do that? If all these companies are
I
about
don't
money,
know.
why would they do that? That's because they won't.
Uh,
That's because they won't. They actually already told you what they were doing. They released the games on PC so they can understand what type of IPs are on the console, and then they released the Pro variant of the console. They keep up with the fucking PC, so you'll buy the Pro variants, right? And you won't feel shafted with the graphics that you already encounter on a PC. They already told you it's there to do the opposite, to bring people into that space. They're not going to make a launcher because if they make a launcher, that's going to eat into the money, the actual like R&D that they need. So let's say they made a launcher for the PC. Now they're competing with fucking Steam and Epic, for which I don't believe they could compete with them because now they gotta pay all these fucking studios this fucking extra money, and now that's not their in Microsoft game studios or whatever the launcher for Microsoft shit is. Microsoft couldn't fucking crack the shit. Fucking Steam was there and they
They can
regulated.
still do it. They can still do it to where they still have the shit on Steam, but if they want to have their own launcher, they could do that
They
to
could,
bring people over.
but what I'm saying is that if they do have a launcher, if they do, it will be a very strange launcher. I would believe that it would be a launcher that is exclusive for PlayStation stuff, so they can avoid that altogether. All that competition because they have to pay the developers to put their games on there too, and or give them a cut. So, but it's still, I feel like it's still one of those situations where they're not going to make a launcher. If they make a launcher, like I said before, it'll be a launcher exclusively. It'll be like Ubisoft games where there is no competition. If you want to play the game and that game, but then it cannibalizes on that. Steam has a much larger user base. So why would they like make their own and then and then shrink their user base for exclusivity? So that doesn't make any sense either. They've already told you guys what they were doing, and it's like it's not enough information for you guys. It's like there's still people like wondering what they're doing when they already told you. They literally say we're not going to put all our games on there, and we have to see what seems fit. And we're not going to abandon the PlayStation, and a good and indicator for this is it makes $25 billion, 20 to $25 billion. Why would they do that? It's just grow. It's growing. If
The, the
anything,
problem is people just don't trust Jim Ryan when they.
why you say it's not Jim Ryan though? I don't understand
Hey,
why people pin it on one guy.
Fine.
Jesus Christ! And what do you mean by PlayStation since 1984? What do you mean by Me Too? Oh, he means anybody say they ain't gonna do a launcher. Everybody's like, oh, they don't trust Jim Ryan. He's not. He's not the head of Sony. He has to report to somebody. I don't understand his narrative.
I mean,
I get that people like to blame people for something. They use a scapegoat, but it's ridiculous. Like, come on, guys.
in all honesty, man, um, I feel like uh, that some of the changes that they are making will ultimately benefit them. Like I don't.
What other things do you feel uncertain about other than that? That you don't. That doesn't make sense. So we discussed that portion. What other things are not making sense? Crunchyroll.
I mean, yeah, I mean that was one of them too. Like the whole thing with Crunchyroll Evo. Like that kind of just begs the question, like, what are your plans? Like going forward. Like are you that? And like I said, I have my like what I think it might be, but really, like, what is their end goal at this point?
All right. So what do you think it? What do you think it may? What do you think it might be?
Well, I already mentioned that. I think.
I'm like losing you though.
Oh, and I mean, I think they're trying to be like the ultimate place for entertainment. Right? Yeah,
Got you.
like, yeah. I mean, because like I said, like that article that I posted earlier, I mentioned whatever, like Sony uh hitting 25 billion in revenue, whatever. They're estimated to do whatever 7.6 million sales right by the end of the fiscal year, which is supposed to be this month, March, right? Uh, um, and in that article, they were talking about like some of the stuff that they had made like a lot of money on, and one of them was anime. You know, so like in that aspect of it is like okay, cool. Especially now that they had that new show. I haven't watched it myself, but that Demon Slayer show has been really popular. You know,
The thing,
Yeah.
the thing
Oh,
is
yeah,
this,
it's
right?
really good.
The thing is
Watch.
this, right? They doing exactly what they did, what Apple did. Apple did a lot of different items in the '80s and failed miserably. They had their hands in too many fucking pots, too many jars, and spread themselves thin, right? They were on the verge of bankruptcy when they decided to hire Steve Jobs again because they fired his ass for poor sales and shit like that and poor management. So they hired him again after whatever they did didn't work, and his idea was to capitalize on one product and expand outwards. And to this day, you got iPhone, you got iPod, you got Apple Watch. It all revolves around that whole ecosystem. That's what Sony's trying to do.
Yeah,
PlayStation
and it makes sense.
PlayStation has been the most successful in years, and what they're trying to do is radiate outwards from PlayStation from their most successful. Xbox One's gamers and lure them with Game Pass to Xbox, if not PC. They want to be publishers. That shit ain't gonna work eventually. PS. So, but
Which you know what, man? Like it kind of makes sense, because like if they try to, it seems like what they're trying to do is to build like an ecosystem around the things that they have their strengths in.
mm-hmm.
You know,
TVs.
like
The PlayStation extends to TVs, which is why they
exactly.
won't allow for 1440p.
Yeah, and
Because
like I said,
you'll
the
buy
biggest things that were making.
you'll buy a monitor other than the TV. So the TVs are an extension of why the TVs are selling hot. And it gives them a vision on what to do with their TVs. Is why their TVs are starting to sell really crazy because of the game console. You know,
Yeah, it really feels like what they're trying to do is like create this ecosystem around like just everything. I mean, and I really feel like they're trying to also build their IP to like transcend not only like the actual game itself, but like into all of these other media, like or this other media that they're strong in or whatever, right? Film. And like hear me out with this one too, because we talked about this last week. Um, like think about like for example with The Last of Us, right? The Last of Us Part Two, or whatever, just The Last of Us in general, right? You play the game and you love it. It was a great experience, right? And then you get to the end of the game and it's like it's disappointing. Why? Because not that the game was bad or that you didn't enjoy your experience with it, but it's just at the end of the game, it's just over. Like you're disappointed that the experience is coming to an end, right? And then you have like this structure, right, where you can build out a world, right, around all of these characters that you were introduced to, right? So then what do? Right? You have this massive IP that millions of people love, right? That was massively successful, and that was it. Well, why not make it into a TV show adaptation, right? It's still in your vein of entertainment. You know what I'm saying? It's a massive IP. So you get the opportunity to not only have the game, which everybody loves, but also build on the foundation that the game started, right? And bring it into like this whole other world where people can kind of like really dig into what the game is
see,
or what the
I
world.
don't think that they're doing that. You know, and hear me out. I'm not saying that you're wrong, but what I believe is what they're doing is that the TV industry and the movie industry, right, are completely bankrupt. Idea wise, creativity wise, they don't know how to make things good anymore. You had The Sopranos back in the day. That shit came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Did well. You had Breaking Bad that came out of nowhere. You had Dexter that came out of nowhere. You had fucking Sex in the City. All those things that kept people engaged in TV. No one
Game of
has
Thrones.
Game of Thrones. No one has ideas anymore. You know what I'm saying? So now they're just piggybacking off of old IPs, or they piggybacking off of fucking comic book Marvel, and even that's getting thin. You know what I'm saying? So what Sony appears to be doing is injecting creativity in these areas. Since no one can think of any kind of new ideas, well,
It
why
could be
don't?
both,
I'm pretty
man.
sure it will have. It's a kill two birds with one stone situation. Pretty sure. But it's like since they're not creative enough to make good ideas, so here's an idea: Ghost of Tsushima. It resonated with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And or The Last of Us. That's a perfect show that HBO would do. Movies are different than games. It's complicated, but let them prove worthy. This is true, but like the way I see it is that they don't have any ideas anymore.
They don't. They really don't. Like, I mean, if you watch a lot of like movies and film, and I do, you know, I watch probably as much film and movie as I play games. So, but there it seems like there are a lot of situations where they just don't have new ideas, and the ones that do, you know, they usually don't make it a lot of times,
Like
which
like
is
like
unfortunate.
video games force you to try to do something innovative, or else you just will completely waste budgets and fail. You know what I'm saying? And since the R&D is already done for the IP, all they got to do is just put the shit. The art is already done. The direction is already done. All they gotta do is find the actors, and the script is basically already done, or the type of vibe you get from it is already done. Could you imagine like a Horizon Zero Dawn movie? Like, could you fucking imagine that? Or even a
I,
fucking, or even a God of War movie.
that'd be great, man. To be honest with you,
You
I
know what
mean,
I'm
if they could
saying?
pull it off,
Well, it's an endeavor that they're willing to take a risk on. That's why they created that arm, in
yeah,
Sony.
PlayStation.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So now you inject the movie industry with these ideas that are really fucking that resonates with a lot of people. You wanna know what something else is cool, right? You
it's
also
the IP, man. That's what I was saying. It's all about the IP, you know.
Well, they're afraid
But
for Metal Gear Solid because they're not quite sure how to fucking pitch that, or Uncharted. They're not quite sure how to pitch that, and that's why they're not saying anything about God of War. I know God of War is coming. They just probably don't know how to pitch that shit. It's like, how do we do this? You know, all these games also has an audio side to it, music. You know what I'm saying? That's another thing that can inject different types of sounds into their music arm. You know what I'm saying? Then you have to.
by the way,
Hmm?
that article mentioned that was another aspect that they made a lot of money on as well.
Oh, what?
Music.
Yeah, music is huge because they have like Beyonce's and all those other fucking Mariah Carey's and shit. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about human nature is that people get tired of shit. You can keep doing the same trend over and over again, and you just get tired of it. And I feel like it's a lot more devastating when it's in the movie industry or the music industry. Like gamers will continue to buy games and it'll slowly decline. Whereas if people stop listening to your music, that's it. I'm done with it. Like for instance, when Beyonce gets too old, the only way that she will be able to make music is from tours, and it'll be like seeing a fucking circus animal. I remember when she was like really hot. You know, let me see how badly she aged. Let me see if she still got it. Them albums don't fucking sell anymore. Those streaming don't fucking sell anymore. They rather hear more current shit. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna was really fucking big. That's why she quickly did like fucking, makeup and shit like that. You know, because she already knows that your time is running out the second you get big. As soon as you get big, you need to cut your losses. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually, no matter how much skill you have, like especially if you operate off of showing your body, once that shit's done, that's it. You better
Trending
do
has a shelf
something
life.
else. You better do something else quickly. And games don't have that ability. They don't have that aging factor because it's a digital character. You know, it's like you can keep doing that shit over and over again. There's a lot of different things that they're going to do. So the PlayStation is literally shaping Sony. It's like it was always there from the beginning as to what Sony was doing, but it made them make a better TV based off of the games. It's making them have better media based off of the PlayStation and their games. You know what I'm saying? The Evo situation, I feel like that's more of a being seen situation. You know what I mean? Like from Evo, they can start putting their shit, different fighting games and shit like that. And the Evo to me kind of ties into the anime situation as well. And then on top of it, the anime, they probably want to purchase fucking Crunchyroll because Sony does not have a streaming service anymore. They already sold Crackle. You know what I'm saying? They had Funimation and they never took that seriously. But if they can just do the anime portion, and the anime can even infuse new ideas for their TV or movies. You know what I'm saying? It's just it all
You know what, man?
comes into play.
I mean, if you're right about that, man, where they're trying to like interject like more creativity into like these different forms of media. Honestly, I feel like that would almost like be a godsend, like to some of these medias, man, because like the film industry like is so stagnant, man.
Creatively
And
bankrupt.
creatively
bankrupt, like for real.
Yeah, yeah. And
Nothing else
obviously in the
interesting.
gaming realm, yeah, yeah, man, and obviously like with as far as their console and their games and stuff like that, I feel like they've really been they're the like besides Nintendo and even with Nintendo, man, they're still just releasing the same stuff. It's like it's great, but it's like more of the same. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with PlayStation, it feels like they're trying to do something different. They're trying to create new ideas, and it's like the culture that they're building, at least here with PlayStation, is just that. Like they're trying to do new shit. You know what I'm saying? And if they could bring that into like these other forms of media, like as far as like their PlayStation productions with their movies and stuff like that, and like really start to transcend their IP above like their games to whatever else they could get it to, I think that'd be great, man. You know.
And I'll say this real quickly. I know I've been talking, and Pablo haven't said shit lately, so you can interrupt me whenever you want. But I'll say this shit too. The video game aspect of PlayStation is even making their headphones better. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
man, yo, that Tempest headset is amazing, bro. I don't know if you've tried it, but it's
What
awesome.
do you mean, Tempest?
The 3D audio.
Oh, the regular ones? Yeah, of course. It works with any headphones. All they gotta do is make a very quality headphones. You got that going on, and it also helps with their cell phone situation too, with the whole streaming or just video game aspects to it. Have you seen Super Mario Brothers?
Super Bros.
But yeah,
Hollywood is
that's
dead.
what I feel. To me, it's not what you think it is. It's not. I don't know what they're doing. It looks pretty damn clear to me. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember seeing this with Apple. Apple did the same shit. Apple was almost bankrupt, and they focused. They put all their fucking eggs in the iPod. It started selling. They moved the fucking PC and started making the iMac, and that was a cool thing because iPods were so successful, and it had like that little art and swag, or the little create whatever how it looked. People start buying those computers and having a simple OS, and then after that was fucking done, they were like, "Fuck it, we're gonna do iPhones."
I mean,
And
I guess it
everybody's like,
would be
"Shit."
interesting to see. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see like how they start implementing some of this stuff, man, because it seems like they are really trying to, like, there are a lot of moving parts now, that seemingly wasn't.
But they're
uh
consolidating. They're cutting the fat off of the shit that didn't work. You know what I'm saying?
And you know what, man? It also feels like, especially since the PS4 generation, man. Um, they've gained this like reputation for just quality.
Yep. And
You know,
anything that's associated with PlayStation is gonna automatically be like, yo, I feel like since the PlayStation was quality, I may pick up this, or I may pick up that, or I may pick up the headsets. I know that the headsets are crazy because of the quality that they have, so I know that they're good on that one. I definitely know the
yeah,
TVs are good. You know what I'm saying? And maybe they'll see that with their phones. I know that their phones are good because they make some killer ass shit. It's just gonna make them integrate it more so it's more cohesive. The store itself on PlayStation, I guarantee you, eventually, when it comes to the backwards compatibility, I guarantee you if they are going to make a BC type thing, all the stuff that was on the PlayStation Store, PS3 games, PS2 games, and one, since that's already made, they probably make it like an emulator where you can put that shit on PC and just have that not as a launcher, but something that you can purchase and have those games natively on that service. It's possible that
honestly,
they're going
man,
to do that.
I really think that what they're really trying to focus on is that quality aspect, man. And I think they're trying to do that with everything as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, the whole thing with Japan Studio. I feel like that move alone was to like make Japan Studio as high quality of a studio as they can, right? To give them focus, right? I mean, we already talked about that before, but they didn't have focus. You know what I'm saying? They didn't really know what they wanted. Like the last couple games that they made. I mean, like when was the last? Whatever. Gravity Rush was the last game that they came out with, right? But now they have this idea with Astrobot, which was a smasher hit. You know what I'm saying? You could ride on that, man. And it makes sense to me. Like that part of it makes sense to me. Because like now they're in a position, right, to where whenever they show something, people are gonna look. Whenever they speak, people listen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't be in a position like that and then you know and then just not meet expectation. Like you have to trim the fat. Like if you're not going to like be able to transcend us to have the highest quality as possible, then you don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what it feels like they're trying to do as well, man. You know?
I just feel like I said, that's the direction that I see that they're going to do. And of course, you have to be a little bit more limber. You have to be a little bit more nimble when it comes to the shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't be so rigid. And this is one of the reasons why they can't tell you what they're doing with PC. It's not because they're hiding it from you. They're not sure if it'll work or not. Truthfully, may not work. They don't know. I mean, sure, it's extra money, but now we have to make sure, you know what I mean? But like to ease anybody's fucking mind, they've already kind of told you what they were going to do. They've been telling us, but people still are like, I don't believe you, or I don't know what you're doing exactly. I said this before. The same thing when what's his fucking name? Mark Cerny. Mark Cerny. They act like they fucking. He fucking told you exactly how the PS5 was gonna work. He was like, well, you know, reading the teraflop numbers are dangerous. When you know, and people were like, he's just lying. He's late, and then you see the numbers, and they're like, oh shit, why is it outperforming? You know, they even said that shit about the fucking extent. What do you call it? The fucking solid state drive. Realistically, we would like to release it on launch, but we know that it's going to be sometime after launch. Everybody's like, oh, I thought you were going to do it now. I don't know when it is. Like, I don't, like, I, I like, what do you say to people like that? Like, these irrational people, like, what do you, how do you even, like, rationalize with them? You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I'm saying?
Move along.
They close the studio, but the developers go to other places and studios. They were not put on the streets. For the most part, they sent them on their way, and they been knew that they weren't going to be in that studio for long. Those contracts expired. You already knew that the contracts was going to last, so that was up to them to find another job or create their own shit. They sat there on their asses for like 10 years, not doing anything, or if they did something, it was very minimal. And they didn't want to do anything like what PlayStation was telling them. They were so used to just sitting there and spending the most time just sitting there thinking about ideas. And they had like fucking 30, 40 ideas on the fucking table and didn't put any of them to use. It wasn't like Sony just denied like 40 fucking games. They didn't know which one to pick, you know? So it's like, and they had 400 people. They were the largest PlayStation studio. And especially with a pandemic, people can't fucking bleed money anymore. You fucking crazy? I'm not paying for you. No. But here we are again, you know. But that's all I really have for myself. I don't know Pablo fucking. I don't know what the fuck this nigga's doing.
I'm here, bro. Just
We beat your meat.
I was talking a lot. I didn't really have much to say after, but you know, it is what it is. Fuck Jim Ryan. He fucking up PlayStation, man. He's the reason why I'm playing Horizon on my PC right now. He forced me. He opened my eyes. I was like, you gonna buy this fucking game.
I thought you were gonna say he opened your ass.
I mean, I don't kiss and tell, but
But you know what, man? I don't know how much more you guys want to talk, but if there's anything else. But I mean, to kind of like, yeah, I'm pretty much done too, man.
Ponies are making fun of AA indie games that are basically free in Game Pass, but have no problem paying $70 for an indie game.
I was gonna say, man, you know, just to kind of like, I guess, end off on a maybe like a positive note. I wanted to bring back up the whole thing with Returnal, going gold. Looking forward to that game, and whoever else is looking forward to it. The game looks amazing, man.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying not to think about it because I get hyped about shit like that.
I'm super hyped for it, man. I'm really looking forward to it. I think there's a lot of stuff about it that I like, and I can't wait to play it. And it's only a few weeks away. Think about that. Think about that shit. Think about it.
I want.
Don't like to subscribe. Don't like to subscribe. I think he might be on. I'll probably move over to his thing.
Yeah, I'll probably take a peek or gander.
Yeah,
Avoid the bloodborne.
it's a good show, guys, man. It's a good show,
It
man.
was a good show. It was a good show.
So, Jim Ryan, if you listening, bro, stop putting your games on PC. God damn it. Not just playing. Nah, do whatever the hell you want, bro. I mean, I'm actually on Horizon right now on PC,
Do
man.
what you do.
They want to do that, I'll double dip. See, that's how they
Right.
get me. That I'm a target for them too. They're targeting people that like, hey, look, this performs a little bit. In the words of my guy Craig, the Messiah, a little bit mo. You know, a little bit mo on PC. You know what I'm saying? So
That's how the gap is shrinking more and fucking more. It's gonna start looking like
it is, man. All people want is 60 FPS. People don't really need the high 100 plus frames, honestly.
that's why I didn't choose that TV. I'm like I don't even want that degradation of graphics in general. Like I'm fine with playing a 30 frame per second game. You know, I've always been fine with that. That's just the old school in me. I'm like
Yo,
fucking
um,
1080p for 120 frames. The fuck I need that shit for? I'm too old to be competing with people. Or I wouldn't say too old, but like it's shitty with lag and shit. What you just want to say again?
yo, we were talking about this earlier, man, about this whole thing about Sony with their plans or whatever, right? And how over the next couple of months they're going to be whatever dropping some games. Um, and in June they might have like another because that's like right around the time for E3. So I mean, if you really think about like the timeline, right? Like right now, we had the stuff that came out this month. Next month is going to be Returnal, Oddworld. The month after that, it's going to be Deathloop, and then after that is Ratchet and Clank in June, right? So right now we don't really have like a huge like idea of what they're going to be doing for like the rest of the year. We know Ken is coming out in August, which is cool, and I'm looking forward to that. But if you think about the timeline, man, like right around the time where Ratchet and Clank is coming out, June 11th is literally like right around the time for E3. So they could like have all of these like major releases up until like Ratchet and Clank have that fresh in everybody's mind, right? And then have like another big blowout, you know, where they start talking about some of their other projects and give
Yo,
us more information for the rest of the year and all that. Like that to me, I'm kind of hyped for that, man. To be honest with you.
I'm not liking that news. Yo, did you see? Did you see the shit that I just sent you?
Who me?
Biden administration is coordinating an expansive group of private stakeholders and the government agencies to look forward to create a COVID vaccine passport. Oh boy. Well, because I ain't gonna be traveling.
I
Why?
see this. Yeah.
Why is fucking stuffing his mouth like that? Yo, I didn't realize what he was doing.
Yeah.
When did this happen?
Oh man. Well, that's all I had to say. Unless you guys had something else.
No, I'm good. I gotta eat my food.
I'm good, man. What you about to eat?
The other half of my cheesesteak.
Oh damn, he gonna be taking a big dookie later.
No, I'm just taking a big ass nap and then a big dookie tomorrow.
I guess that tomorrow.
It takes time to go through the pipes, man.
Nigga putting his dookie on cross save.
Yo.
I'm gonna save over to the toilet
No,
tomorrow.
it's not cross save. What they call it again? What they call that shit again on Xbox Series X?
Play anywhere
No.
or smart
resume.
delivery.
No,
Smart delivery.
quick resume. There we go.
Oh, the quick resume. Gonna resume that shit tomorrow.
Fucking quick resume doo doo.
I'm bad, bro.
Alrighty, guys, that's all we have time for today. Thank you guys for jumping out here. My energy
sure.
is kind of low because I'm going through like a food coma right now. I was real like groggy when I jumped into the fucking podcast. I was tired of shit, but I woke up and then I went back to sleep again, like in my head. But anyway, and Dre, I'm looking for that Pixel Opus game too. But anyway, thank you guys for coming out. I know that there's other podcasts out there. You chose to be with us, especially me. I know I'm insufferable with my gay ass talking usually. So anyway,
We appreciate it, guys, man. Appreciate you guys walking out with us, man.
Take care, guys.
See
Hell
ya.
yeah. Peace out.
Peace out.
Finally, God, I could.
Love got to do with it.